We got 6 hours of warm up in me, so it'll be interesting to see if my brain can handle the whole the whole situation we got going on here, basically. Which is that we're gonna start a little bit earlier in the day and just kind of go from there and all that good stuff, etc., etc., etc. Cool. Cool. I messaged our players, so we'll give it a few moments to get this sorted out and get things kind of on track, etc. And try and get this sorted and figured, etc., 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 etc. So, how's everyone feeling? How's everyone doing? I'm telling you what, I'm just going to run one more round of ads on Twitch, guys. Not because I hate you all, it's because it just means that just in case you get some long games early, it just means we're much safer from the ad monsters during the games than we would be otherwise. So, I'm going to hop on over to Europe. And we can kind of just go from there, I think. I think Sevezdas and GG Machine are going to be over here. Perfect. Cool. We'll just give it a moment or so then. And get this sorted in just a few. Give me one sec, guys. I'm just sorting a couple of things myself still. Cool. How's everyone feeling? In that case, you can pour yourself a drink regardless of it being noon. You can pour yourself a drink anytime StarCraft's happening. You do not have to be limited by us. That is for sure. Oh. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty chill cast, guys. First one back after Christmas and everything. And obviously, we're just getting started and all of this and that. So I'll just say that now that it is going to be a pretty chilled out little experience today. Pretty laid back, hanging around, and just seeing where things go and stuff. So that's going to be kind of what we're doing. Chilling, hanging about, seeing what goes down, all that kind of good stuff. Hopefully you guys are excited for it. Yeah. Just trying to think if there's anything else to say or do, but I don't think there is, so we'll just sit here and wait for our players. So GG Machine's just in a custom right now, but he should be out and playing with should be out and playing here shortly, I would imagine. Is what we're thinking. So we're gonna give a couple moments, I guess, a moment or two to talk about the OSC Championship. There is, if you exclamation mark OSC, a bit more of an explainer towards OSC Championship and what everything is. In fact, why don't we just run through this for a couple of moments, because it honestly has everything and gives you a great explainer of everything that's going on here while we wait for our first game to open up. I guess I gotta press this button. So, you can obviously OSC, I mean, he's been around for a super long time. Runs all year long, and stops for a couple of weeks simply for them to kind of reset the year, and then we have the OSC Championship starting up. So in this case, we've got the OSC Championship coming around, and this, that, and whatever else. So, yeah, we've got the OSC Championship here once again. A yearly championship as players within the, throughout the year playing a bunch of different tournaments that provide a bunch of different prize money, and then also OSC points that go into the OSC World Rankings. A bunch of players will qualify to the OSC World Rankings through points and also through their mid-season playoff results, which happen a couple of times over. We're going to be casting some of those soon as well. And then, yeah, there's the actual championship bracket, which is this one here, brought to you by Ladder Legends, Dave Tester, Winter StarCraft, and OSC Elite. You can read more about the sponsors. We'll talk more about them individually a bit further down the line. But yes, starts up properly January 6th and open to any player participating throughout the early season. So a bunch of players qualify through their points, whereas everyone else who's playing today is looking to still qualify. So that's where we are at right now. So they either qualify through points, mid-season playoff kind of, situationing or finishing. And then also today in this qualifier process is the other way in which players can qualify into this entire system. So yeah, that's kind of the dealio. That's how things go. And then obviously we have a big prize pool, and then you have the Ladder Legends 2025 Championship bracket. A bunch of players get seeded in and then advance on through and stuff. We'll have more info on that later as well. But basically, we're playing a massive bracket here, is it what it comes down to. So, yes, and a bunch of players get seeded in based on their performances throughout the OSC year. And that is kind of the TLDR. So TLDR, big tournament that's been happening all year long. And this is the championship for it, which is what we like to get to. Like I say, we are going to go GG Machine versus Sebez does. I'm just going to jump into that. Get it going. What's up, Dave Test on the 40-month resub? Appreciate you. And what's up, Maddie76? Thank you so much for the 2-year resub on the Prime. Thanks for all you do for SE2. Thank you so much for supporting it. As per usual, guys, can't do any of this without you guys. So thank you so much for supporting. We appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Indeed. Appreciate you all. As we will be again going here in a few moments, just waiting for Sebez and GG Machine to host up. We'll get into our first matchup of the day. So yeah, appreciate you guys being here, ready to get back to it. A nice little Sunday evening cast. I don't usually cast on a Sunday because it's usually NFL day, but OSC said it was happening today, and I was like, you know what? Fine, let's get to it then. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. It's the first Sunday evening I've casted in months at this stage, and that is genuinely true. It actually has been the first one in a hot second or so, to be honest. As we're going to get going with Sebez versus GG Machine, like I say, in just a few moments, guys. Just getting everything set up and ready to rumble. And we'll be able to get going very, very shortly. Zest, question mark. I don't know where you're seeing Zest, but Zest is not playing. I will just let you guys know that right now. So yeah, no Zest. I don't know where you're getting that one from, as we're going to go Old Republic for map number 1 of this best of 3. Still catch Eagles Bills later? No, there's no shot. I'm not staying up that late, man. I may catch some of the later games, to be fair, still. I mean, just, like I say, usually on Sunday evenings I sit down and just red zone it up for the whole 7 hours, but how are we not casting in a couple of days? How could I turn down some StarCraft to ditch the wife? She's just watching on her own. You guys see where the real passion is. Slash, she told me to get back to work. 2 days without making money? That's unheard of in this industry. Alright, let's get to it. Real talk, let's start chatting here. As we are going to have ourselves some PvZ. It's going to be me on the observing, guys. And I'm not going to lie, but it's later in the day than I usually stream. My brain isn't completely turned on. So do forgive me when I inevitably... do you forgive me when I inevitably make this a whole lot more awkward and difficult, and the observing is a little bit messy and stuff as well? Because I know for a fact that that's probably going to be the case at some point here, so I'll just apologize in advance for any of the messiness of the day, which there probably will be, like I say, a little bit of, but all good. It's sometimes just how it works. Can you bet? Oh, you guys want me to make the bets? Really? You guys want me to make the bets on these games? See, what usually happens is that you guys ask for bets, and then within the first time the game ends, you guys then forget that you betted, and then no one reminds me to kind of set up the next bet, you know? So, is that going to be the case? Are you guys going to remind me to set up the next bet? Huh? We'll give it a go. I'll give you guys this prediction. Go wild. Sebez versus GG Machine. Who are our 2 players. I don't think I actually entered them yet, but there you go. There you go. Gamba's available. And let's follow this probe around in the early stages as we take a nice chill entry into this year's OSC Championship. Obviously, Challenger Bracket 8 a day. We've got a bunch of these over the next week or so, leading into the Championship Bracket starting on January 6th. Very similar to the WardiTV 2025 Championship in the sense of you're going to see like a lot of like kind of lesser known names originally in this bracket, and then as we move through the tournament, you're going to hear more and more of the players that you're maybe expecting to kind of hear more of, and you know, all the big guys who've been earning loads of points in the tournaments throughout the year, etc., etc. That's when you're really going to start seeing the kind of players that, like I say, I think you're going to recognize a bit more, or expecting to see a little bit more, for example. So yeah, it's got that same kind of vibe to it where we start off kind of light and it gets more and more serious as we go on, and I like that. It was part of the inspiration for the WardiTV 2025 Championship as well, to be fair. So there's definitely that kind of aspect involved as well. As you see the rolling speed and so setting up and getting going to begin with. Couple Lings going to get in after the probe there for a couple of moments. So just going to be seeing that probe chased away for a couple seconds. Warp Gate and the Adept still coming through. Nexus, Stargate coming online. We do have the Ling speed on the way up as well, but not really too much happening here early. Just that Ling speed coming online, that Stargate coming through. Warp Gate very much so on its way as well. The Adept can take a shade onto the map. We'll see if he actually commits to this shade and decides to sort of send this or not. It's probably going to be an interesting question mark for us. But otherwise, yeah, he just cancels it. He's just going to shade out just to try and grab information. Just trying to pick up some info on what the hell might be happening super early on. As the Oracle on the way out from the Stargate is pretty typical for the PvZ. Sebesdes, if you're not familiar, beat Solar earlier this year in one of the WardiTV events. What was it in? He beat Solar in something that we casted, and everyone was like, whoa, Sebesdes, that was very unexpected. And it really was at that point in time as well. But he played, I think it might have actually just been OSC King of the Hill. So it wasn't a best of 3, but it was just a best of 1, where Sebesdes, like I say, came in, took on Solar, beat him in the best of 1, and even that was obviously a surprise. Sebesdes has been good this year, but still, Solar, who's someone who's been like absolutely peaking this year, it's still a little bit of a shock when you see him kind of getting taken down, right? So definitely that kind of aspect to it as well. As these few Lings look for the Adepts. We're going to get one Adept kill. Oracle activating to help play defense is going to help to tidy things up a little bit more quickly than what would have happened otherwise. As the Oracle and the Warp Gate still both coming through, the few Zerglings continue to stream around the map, and a couple of Queens will be on the way there as well. So again, just getting a little bit of everything brought through for the moment. Overlord hanging out over on that right-hand side. The other Overlord coming through as well. Forge, Gateway, Nexus, all continuing up into play over these next few moments as we figure this whole situation out and just find out what our game plan really is from both players, really. I mean, even from, the Protoss, we see just Twilight and Forge, we get a rough idea, but there's no real telling of exactly what's going down just yet. So we're waiting on all of that. The Stalker going to go after that Overlord to try to find a little bit of something right here. Just for now, as that Overlord is looking to go down. Overlord will fall. And a couple of Oracles just continue across the map as well, so they're just going to continue straight to the other side. +1 attack, Robo Facility, Nexus, all coming up as well, so you bring a lot of that through. And you do see the Lings actually getting a little surround on the Adept just for a moment or so as well. So, a little surround, although nothing really coming of it just yet. So, just keeping that in mind for the moment. And, yeah, where are we going to go from here? A couple of Adepts are going to move down the map as well for a couple of seconds. Let's continue to shade to that bottom left-hand side. The charge and the +1 all coming online too. So, again, a little bit of everything set up for the moment. The missile upgrade a part of this as well. The Ling's actually going to get surrounded on these Adepts once more, so they are going to try and make a play. The Adepts go down pretty darn swiftly, to be fair, so that's going to be a pretty easy cleanup in all honesty. As now the Oracles move back out over to the right side to figure out what else it is they can do over these next few moments, just trying to still keep pressure up. Jump on towards this Nexus, try and put a little bit more in here, see if there's anything extra we may be able to find. Oracle still nearby, Zerglings still being chased away as well. So again, doing our best to ensure that not too much comes of this situation. And really heading into that charge from Sebesdes, which is a little bit more of an aggressive kind of setup than what we're used to seeing here. So getting that charge on the way, getting that +1 on the way, and definitely curious as to how exactly this is going to pan out in the long run now over these next few moments. So +1 charge all coming up, a couple of Archons are being added on. Probes, gateways, roaches, +1 missiles, overlord speed, roach speed, you name it, it's here right now, it's available, and it's happening. As we do have the couple of Archons going to drop underneath, and the overlord will go down, so the overlord falling, the prism comes back. That's obviously one of the nice parts of this here from Sebesdes. You're going to have this kind of prism pressure with the Archons for the foreseeable future, pretty much, able to kind of provide some good opportunity, give you guys some options, and give you just a chance to keep on applying pressure throughout this. Again, +1 missiles, roach speed all coming up, +2 attack, Immortal and Zealots coming online as well. So we keep bringing a lot of that through, and a couple of Oracles, and that prism turn back up towards the top, going to start stasis warding, it seems. So you've got a Queen drop, Roach Ravager mass, and all the rest, everything that kind of comes together towards an aggressive Zerg attack come into play right now. So we are pretty much there with aggression, ready to go in the very near future. As GG Machine's readying it up, obviously Stasis Ward's coming down. First one catches a few Zerglings. That's not going to be the kind of game ender that you want it to be in terms of stopping this attack. That's okay. We've got plenty to work with here. We're going to recall the Prism home. Nice second Stasis Ward is going to be very effective. The Oracle's doing a good job so far. Zealot's charging on top of the Queens. Going to make this a lot more difficult. We need to get rid of some of these Zerglings before these Roaches come back out so that we can just focus these Roaches with the Immortals when they get freed from the Stasis Wall. That would be absolutely huge, and that's exactly what we're aiming for right now. A couple more Zealots still getting picked away at here. We'll take a moment or two extra as we just have now this army jumping forwards. Zest just says GG. He doesn't think he's got enough to play defense against this one, and that is going to be our first game of the day. First game of the OSC Championship happening. I mean, it's just the Challenger bracket right now, right? The Championship bracket, the Ladder Legends Championship bracket obviously is where things really begin, but I think we can all kind of look at this and say, okay, there we go. There's a starting point. That's our first game with the OSC Championship kind of process on the line this year. I love it. Again, it's a best of 3 bracket until quarterfinals. Sorry, semifinals, apologies. Semifinals in which we are going to have best of 5 happening, and then we obviously move into the grand finals after. Sorry, no grand finals, best of 5 qualifying semis, and also a third place match, because 3 players will qualify today, just to clarify for you guys as well. So just letting you all know that that's the situation and what's going on. Oh my god, sorry, I just read to YouTube, and YouTube has so much chatter going on. What's going on? Hello, hello. Woody, how many hours per week do you cast? Usually I average about 100 and... usually on stream, I mean, it goes up and down a lot, right? But like, because I do other events. But for example, in December, I will just tell you. How about I just tell you what I cast in December? That's probably the easiest way to just answer this. Because I like talking about it, because then everyone's like, wow, Wardy's a real workhorse. Then you guys subscribe and support, and how can you not be excited about that? Although I just managed to somehow close my Twitch dashboard at the same time. In the last 30 days, I have streamed 140 hours. So, yeah, that's 30 days, so 140 hours. It's not quite 40 hours a week of casting, but obviously I do also do other work. Like, I have to admin and, you know, do admin work and all these other sort of stuff and make YouTube videos and things. So I wouldn't say I cast 40 hours per week, but I would definitely say I work over 40 hours per week pretty easily. What else is going on in the YouTube chat? Sorry, I got hung up on that question. You guys just chatting about some business and stuff. Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Yeah, good to see you guys. Hope you've all had a good Christmas. Hope you all have a fantastic little period between Christmas and New Year. I am back today, tomorrow, and the day after, and I'll be off for another couple of days before we get into January's content. So I'm here for 3 days. Over the next 3 days, we'll be here with some constant streams for you guys. Just letting you all know that that's going on. And that is the way of things and what's happening and everything else. Sorry, I keep meaning to give GG Machine a point, and I keep misclicking it, so it never shows up. I haven't just forgotten. He is indeed up 1-0. Ovi, taking a little bit of a move out and just journeying to the bottom side here to obviously scout around a little bit early. Nothing too crazy in the first few moments. Everything pretty standard here just for now, as we just have our Overlord sitting tight, and yeah, the Adept Chrono boosting out for a couple of moments then, and get this all set and ready to go. Overlord just chilling over here. Actually, sorry, we do have a couple of lings and a drone. Just having some issues with the probe on this other side as the probe tries to play the blocking game, and it does, you know, successfully block as well. This drone has to come over to the right side where it is going to throw down the hatchery instead, so hatchery coming into place, we get that started. But that is out in the front, and maybe Sebez something you can do in this game now is to look to take advantage of that in the next few moments and try and really do something with this. Do you see link speed continuing up? That Stargate is on the way, adding on the Warp Gate and the Stalker as well right now. Bringing that through, a couple lings and the Overlords all coming up. And just have ourselves the Queen still settling down here as well. Stalker and the Oracle going to be a big part of these next few moments, you have to imagine, in terms of putting some pressure onto this map. As I just have the 2 Adepts will obviously move on through and try and find what they can. Going to shade straight into the mineral line here now. The drone's just pulling to help fight, but that does mean we're going to get a bunch of drone kills. We get 3, and those drones were not mining during this time, so I wouldn't say this was the most major success we've ever been talking about or anything. It was still definitely a pretty decent situation for a moment or two there. not bad at all, as we get 3 drones, a little bit of lost mine time added onto the other workers as well. That alone is pretty darn decent. As again, drones, Queen, Oracle, Wargate all continue to come about right here. Have the Oracle playing a bit of defense against these Zerglings, pushing them back over toward that right side as well. So again, just chasing those away, and we are going to try and get the third Nexus down from Sebesdas. So he'll look to put this straight down into place. Just got these feelings nibbling through, dealing some damage already, getting the cancellation, and just the rest of the Lings coming down there as well. Just going to gather up and go for a little bit of extra work. Now the feelings going to peel away over to the other side and just get out of there for the next couple of moments. Again, Gates in the Twilight Council all coming up and moving through. Just going to see the Oracles activating, going in after those Zerglings. And the Adept should be good at the front, but that does mean a bit further of a delay on the third base, right? And that alone, I think, is kind of good enough here to kind of keep things moving in your favor, as GG Machine just stopping Sebesdas from getting this third as long as we possibly can. The longer you delay that for, the happier you're going to be. Wondering if we're going to see the same amount of aggression from GG Machine in this game as we saw in the last. Obviously, full-on Roach, Ravager, Queen drop action was a pretty big dealio in that last game. So are we going to see something similar here, or what is the vibe in fact going to be as we work our way through this? It's going to be very different from Sebesdas, who's going to go into Glaives rather than that charge, rather than that Archon play. So he's going to immediately just try and switch this up a little bit. So there's a little bit of answers in terms of how this might end up going. See how that resonating. Glaives coming through, Hatch coming up, a few more drones coming out. We do see the Oracles peeling back, and just having ourselves an Evolution Chamber still coming up as well. Lings coming by, layering the drones on the way through. A little bit of this and a little bit of that coming online right here as the couple Queens plus the Zerglings will take a chance at the Adept there, getting the cancel on that. Spore Crawler getting cancelled as well. Or Spine or whatever that was, just trying to save a drone. Doesn't really matter what it was, probably a Spore, because that is the cheaper way to actually do that. And again, we're waiting on that Resonating Glaives clicking through in the next few moments, as we do see 5 more drones in total going down. Those Oracles getting a little busy around the back, but keeping themselves safe enough as well. Always very happy to see the Oracles kind of not letting themselves get too low or anything in these scenarios. So it's going to keep us in a nice positive kind of situation as these Adepts continue to make their way across the map and shading through to try and just see what exactly else is going on here. Can they get some damage done? Roaches are on the way. The first few Zerglings start to go down. The Adept will begin to cause some chaos. Even against the first few Roaches, you can kind of trade against some of them here and put some work in, and that's exactly what we're going to start seeing. Well, 4 drones obviously will threaten to shade up to the main base. The lack of Roaches being ready means you're not really prepared to kind of be spread out defensively against this. That's typically going to be one of the more difficult points to kind of figure out and kind of come across an answer to. So we're trying to figure that out as 11 drones end up going down right now, which is a pretty serious amount of damage being taken here currently. Just going to see these Adepts continue to come by and getting rid of even more workers here just now. Just going to see a couple of Roaches, the Feelings coming about. The Oracles are going to peel over to the sides as well. They will try and just do a little teeny bit extra for the next couple of moments. And that will be our kind of plan for the moment, as we just have ourselves the little bits of everything else coming back through and across. And yeah, I mean, Blink, Oracle coming online right now. Those extra gates coming up as well, so we bring all of that online here. These Oracles are again going to go moving once more over the right-hand side. And just going to continue to try and see just what else we got going on for ourselves here. All of this Ling Roach continues to head down to the bottom. And yeah, we will see just how things go. With this now big Roach attack arriving, I mean, this is the issue whenever you open Adepts. Roaches counterattacking, you're almost always going to create some danger. There goes the pile on the Lings, and the Roach is going to run straight into this third base. Stalkers do get that blink, so they can start to blink back efficiently, but does that create enough opportunity for you here to play the defense? The Oracle's trying to show up, the Roaches just working through what they can at this point. That's obviously the entire mineral line, but it will cost you every single Roach, and that is not cheap for GG Machine. So do not get me wrong. This was an expensive trade for GG Machine. Yes, it was successful, but it wasn't cheap. It wasn't free, and I think that cost is really what's going to come back to kind of haunt you towards the later stages of this game at this point. I do think there's going to be problems a bit further down the line, and I got to say that I think that's going to be a big issue, like I say, a bit further down the line as well. So yeah, issues abound as we do see the Queens going after those Oracles. Stalkers getting jumped on. I mean, at this point, we try and put some pressure on the map as Sebesdas. I don't hate it, but at the same time, it's hardly, a huge success story, right? You know, Ling's coming through. We will provide a defense here as GG Machine. He is going to be okay for the moment at least, so he's not in trouble just yet. The rest of those Stalkers pulling back over that right side. The Adept is going to come back through as well to try and see just a little bit more of what else is going on just for a moment or two. Again, a few Hydras coming about as well. Just in the next stage of this game, getting settled in. The Ling Roach coming about right there. Just going to be seeing the Roaches getting in after the Stalkers for a little bit of time, so put some pressure in on that. But again, the Hydra's coming through, +2 missiles. The Muscular Augments all coming in. Creep Tumors across the board, looking to come down as well. So again, the Creep Tumors back down. Stalker's still hanging out in the center. A couple of Creep Tumors being picked away at as we go. And yeah, that Storm +1 and Charge, all very much so on the way here for the moment. So lots happening. You see the rest of these Stalkers continuing to move across as well. A couple of Depths will go shading. Stalkers in the center will get the Overlord, going to take that down immediately. Now that Roach Hydra army shows up and gets ready to push the Stalkers back the other way if possible. Just going to engage in here again. The Queen going to be taking some damage, so again, a few more shots coming straight through on that one. Take a couple moments and continue to go up. We just see a couple more Hydras going down. I mean, I like what Sebestas is doing, but he is definitely in need of getting up to the Storm. He's definitely in need of some splash damage to help him long term here. He's actually going to drop the recoil down. Leaves a couple Stalkers behind. But saves the rest of them. I think that's still fine. Obviously, the Oracle's not as useful as maybe they once were in a game where, you know, there's Hydras out. So the Hydras, you know, the Oracles don't just provide a free answer. Down about 40 army supply, but I gotta say, I do like the army supply that we're working with here. Just going to be seeing the Roach and the Hydras start stepping up. Just going to be seeing a couple of Zealots coming over. A few more Stalkers warping in as well. So just bringing through what we can here currently. There's a couple of Storms still dropping into place. Doing whatever is able to be done just now. And again, another Storm coming down. A couple of Zealots coming through as well. Continue to take some damage here as we just have this army of Sebestas trying to hold on. He's sub 100 supply. I think the army supply is just not going in his favor. No Storms left. His army moves forward way more comfortably at this stage. And you can kind of see the repercussions that is providing as you just see Zealots and Stalkers coming up to the front, taking down these Hydras, getting damage done at the end of the day here. I think the end story of this is just that is going to be kind of it, right? Like, this Protoss army is not holding out. There's a Stasis Ward that will buy you a little bit of time against a few of the Roaches, but that's going to be about all they wrote on that one as well. So even that part of this is not exactly going to be great, and GG has to be called. That is going to do it, guys. That is going to be that one. GG Machine 2 and Sebestas 0 to start off the day. GG Machine's been good lately. Sebestas has been good this year. He's had some great moments, but GG Machine's also had some pretty darn good results at times. So, quite cool to see that coming through and succeeding for him there. That is going to be GG. Thor is Beer. How you doing? 15-month resub. Love it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you very much indeed for the resub. All right, let me add you guys up a little bit as that is going to be Sebestas out. GG Machine moving on. Oh, we actually have the next matchup, which is going to be GG Machine versus Hanmono. I love that matchup. That's actually very cool. So I think we're just going to go directly into that one pretty much. Yeah, that makes perfect sense, to be honest. So let's do that. Yeah, GG Machine versus Hanmono. That'll be on the NA server. Let Alex has a win in his first round as well. Perfect. So we'll go round of 8, and then we'll just see where the bracket's at from there and kind of follow through and see what we need to see at that sort of stage. So let's do that, and then let's go from there. Don't forget about the vets. Oh my god, you guys remembered! This never happens. You guys trying to prove a point or something? Jeez. I can Twitch chat tryhards right now. You know what? I'll even put the next one up for you guys. And I'll give you guys 10 minutes, because we're probably going to have to get some videos going, etc, etc, etc. So it's just going to take a few moments and all the rest. So we'll give it a couple, and we can go from there. Perfecto. Alrighty, guys. Thank you for joining us so far today. Appreciate y'all being here and hanging out with us for some StarCraft 2. Great to have you guys on board and all the rest. So, yeah, love to see you guys. And we're going to get ready to go. Just a couple of moments here. right. One sec, guys. Cool. Alright, we'll just wait for Hanmono and GG Machine then, guys. Get that on the way. Get ready to start this off. So, give me a moment or two. Get this rolling. Just ask Hanmono for the invite so he knows that we are expecting one, just to make sure we can get ready to go. Did I miss you guys as much as you guys missed me? Obviously. Why would I not miss you guys? I miss you guys every day. You know how empty my life feels when I don't see the subscriber count going up by the minute? It's terrible. I want to feed my money obsession when I'm not online with you guys. Yeah. In typical Hanmono fashion, so I messaged him to invite, and he then queued a ranked 1v1 game because he didn't get my message, and I presume he thinks his opponent's not ready still, but obviously that's just not the case, so hopefully we get that sorted in a moment or two, guys. I'm eager to keep us moving into the next point of action here, and hopefully everyone else is eager to move on through too. Hanmono is the GOAT. Well, he's coming up next, guys. He's coming up next. Thank you for joining us. Again, appreciate y'all being here and hanging out with us this evening for some OSC action. Especially the viewership already looking hot, especially considering we don't usually stream at this time. It's always great that you guys show up. I don't say any time of the day, but a lot of the times of the day, so appreciate you guys, and I hope everyone's having a wonderful little kind of build up to the new year, I suppose, at this point. Like I say, we'll be back the next few days, giving you guys some of that action and everything, so yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Alright, guys, give us a couple moments. Just doing our work to get us in game. Get this on the go. Twitch heats your computer up even more than YouTube. That's wild if Twitch and YouTube are heating up your computer. Although, actually, to be fair, my laptop lately has been heating up at the single side of doing anything, to be honest, so... Ay. Maybe I shouldn't talk. Ay. Alrighty. Let's get this ready to roll. How May, thank you so much for the 19-month resub. Any tournaments planned for January? So right now, our current plan is obviously we're going to be covering the OSC Championship. And then I'm also going to be going to Home Story Cups. So that's kind of my majority plan of January. With Monday Cups continuing and so on and so forth as well. But yeah, I don't have like plans just yet because I'm still kind of coming out of my own Christmas kind of break. If you didn't realize, before Christmas we're super busy, so yeah, I don't know completely just yet what the plan kind of is, but there is a plan, I promise. There is a plan, that much I can tell you for sure. Or there are plans, I should say. So yeah, there are plans of doing stuff, I just don't know what it is just yet. Like I said, we're going to mostly do OSC Championship, but we'll probably maybe do like one extra little event or something. I am working on getting the WardiTV Team League up and running. That's probably going to be launching more towards February, though, because that stuff takes a little bit more organizing and admin time, and I'm just not ready for it yet. I didn't get a lot of it done because I've been so focused on what was a super busy December. But yeah, we're obviously going to do... We're still going to be running tournaments and stuff, so... That's still going to be happening. Just so you're aware. Just so you guys know what the dealio is. So there you go. There you go. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Alrighty. How come not one single flock of snowfalls in Wardy's shirt? Well, I only wear the most expensive shirt clearly because I'm a StarCraft 2 millionaire. And as such, I have snow wiping shoulders. So every time snow falls on them, they just wipe off. And it happens so fast it's not visible to the human eye. If the technology existed to slow down the video 25 million times, you would see just a little. But yeah, pretty cool tech. Only available to the most elite of the streaming world. Guess we're gonna have to get rid of the snow soon. It's not cool to be snowing in January anymore, you know. December's really the month where everyone embraces the winter feeling. You know, in December it's cool for it to be wintry. In January it's just not cool anymore, you know. Like it's just not the same at that point. Hey, what's up, Whoosh, my man? How you doing? 80-month resub on the Prime. How you doing, mate? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for 80-monthing us up. As Ruby Rock will host up for GG Machine versus Hanmono. The subs, guys. Yeah, we're at a crazy sub count right now. 1417. I was wondering if we could maybe push 2K if we went on some crazy sellout, but then I was like, I just don't think I'm going to stream enough while the offer's on. It's my birthday in like a week and a half. I'm like, maybe if we really sold out, but then I'm like, the sub deal falls off before my birthday, and I don't know if I can do it myself. I don't know how many subs we would lose in the first week of January is my issue. I'm like, I feel it's one of those moments where I'm like, Do I normally go up 500 subs in December? Oh, we went up way more than 500 subs. We went up like we started December off at like 500 or 600. We're up way more than 500. GLHF as we get called into game number 1 of this best of 3. ZVT, Zerg is GG Machine, Terran is Mono, aka Hanmono. I mean, we usually see a big spike in December. I usually stream a lot in December because it's a good month to stream and so on. So there is generally, like, yes, you know, there's generally positives to it, and we do generally see some benefits. But this month, the growth on this channel this month has been ridiculous. Like, double the sub count from December is, yeah, a little bit less normal than usual for sure. So, yeah. So, yeah, it's been a pretty darn good month on the stream, not gonna lie. Which honestly is really nice. We kind of needed it. 2025 was not a bad year for us, but it wasn't an easy year. Let's talk about this a couple of times, but there's been a lot of times this year where we've had bad numbers, leadership, support-wise, etc., and so on. So, yeah, it's been a rough year. There's been some ups and downs. We had to cancel some tournament prize money and stuff because the stream just was not going the way I wanted to. All our crowdfunding kind of fell through at different points as well, but December really was great, so that part was awesome. We failed? No, you guys didn't fail me. I'm saying you guys did better than ever. Yeah, you guys literally took us from like you like doubled the sub count instead of just like plus 300 or 400 in it. No, you guys did great. You guys did great. Just as this Overlord is doing great as well. No SCV, no Reaper even, so it's going to be a pretty dull first couple of moments here, guys. So keep that in mind as we take a couple minutes here just to get set up. Take a couple mementos. Overlord gonna come join you in battle a little bit. A couple queens coming by as well. So yeah, Overlord just on the move. Again, Overlord CC coming up. A couple marines on the way. Link speed building. A couple queens coming about as well. So yeah, we get all of that. on the way over for the moment. Just heading down. I mean, like I say, not much to watch. There's a couple of Marines that came out that reactor initially. Hanmono, if you're not aware, is usually the kind of player who will mix this up and make this look a little bit weirder than usual, so don't expect to see the most normal Terran builds to kind of, you know, come through. As you see, one Ling going down straight away. A couple more barracks building up, so we're going to see a pretty high racks count pretty quickly, actually, is going to be the game plan here. It's going to be seeing those Marines going back over. That Ling gets picked away at. And again, more Lings, Ling speed, all continuing through for the moment. So a lot of good stuff on the way right here. Marines are going to begin to go across the map, and I like that's why we see a lot of Lings on the way. We're going to force a Spine Crawler too. So Hanmono is getting value out of this already, because he is already forcing a response from his opponent. I like that a lot for him. I like this a lot for Hanmono, honestly. Like this feels fine. You walk across, you force a big response, Spine Crawler, a whole bunch of Lings. If these Marines get home safely, then I love it. We even got Hellions at home as well, so the Zerglings should be pretty, unusable in terms of being able to get something done. Unless these Hellions get caught, I mean, you're going to see the Zerglings now. Honestly, I'd say just let's run for the moment. Marines can join in and help out, and yeah, now these Zerglings really are just dead weight. It's a great job by Hanmono. He's been able to force a bunch out of his opponent, get a lot of value from this. 100% a great start in these early moments of game number 1 as these Lings look for a catch now, and they will get surrounded on one Hellion. They let it go. Does follow through in the end on it, so does get that KO, which I think was nice. Just, better to be able to grab that than not grab it, obviously. So nice to get a KO there as we do start an engineering bay. Wouldn't be surprised to see Hanmono playing kind of an aggressive kind of one base. Sorry, not one base, but like an aggressive 2 base or something here. That's the exact sort of style that Hanmono loves to play, so keeping that in mind as a possibility. As we just see the Hellions coming back through again there, just going to get straight over and put a little bit more work in. Get a little bit more value out of this for now. And yeah, Bane Nest, a couple of Zerglings all continue to come into play. We do see the Overlords and the Queen coming up as well, and still just got these Hellions just going to come in from that right-hand side. They're just going to move across and look to see what else they may be able to do. So honestly, not much. The Lings and the Queens are going to be here, and that's going to be a defense. I want to say a little bit of this goes wrong, honestly, so far. Not exactly the most ideal of situations as the Bane Nest and the Lair both continue up into play. Not Shell's going to go on the map just yet. I mean, Stimpack in the +1 building. Marines get rid of this Overlord that's over in the main, trying to spot a little bit more of just what's going on right now. So just finding a little bit more of this value and all the rest of it here. And yeah, just knocking down the rocks on the low ground is going to be our game plan for the moment. Stimpack +1 all coming through, Marine Tank all joining up. As we do take a couple of moments to still see just where everything else goes on this. The few Marines will step forward out the front. And we do have ourselves, I mean, like I say, commitment to 2 bases, right? I mean, there's just 3 racks right now, but there's going to be a lot of units off this 2-base setup very quickly. And see how well this can go. As those Marines and the tanks regather themselves together. A couple of the tanks will in siege already. So they're just going to take a moment or two to get set up as well. And we're going to be off and away very, very shortly. Here comes the push. As Hanmono has a lot of Marines. I mean, Baneling Nest is going to be super important in this situation. Obviously, without that Baneling Nest, we're in, immediately just a lot of trouble right off the bat. So, being able to know that that Baneling Nest is here is good, but we do not have Baneling speed. And also, we don't have a whole lot of anything right now. Like, this feels a little bit scary on the side of our Zerg player, whose preparations for this are pretty minimal at the moment. Rain stepping through the hatchery, already going to be in a little bit of trouble. As you can see here, the Ling is going to run in early. There's a few SCVs pulled with this. Because there's no Baneling speed, we just have so much time to play the defense against this. Like, this is just going to be easy pickings. This hatchery goes down. We are going to go in the middle of the map, and I mean, these Lings, I was going to say, try and pick off reinforcements, but even that's not exactly going well just yet. So none of this is really going ideal. The tanks are sieged up in a pretty darn good position as well. And that's just going to allow you to push into this natural very easily. The SCVs going down are truly just the ones that are brought across the map, so they're kind of meant to go down. Here we go, running in. Can we do enough with these Banelings? The Marines need to split well enough. We need Lings left over at the end. Sorry, Marines left over at the end to fight the Lings off. As we are going to get through here with the Queens. I think GG Machine has done enough to hold on. I think that is going to be a defense as the Queen steps through. The Lings will go after the Siege Tank. They'll pick that off. I think that is absolutely a defense here. Baneling Speed going to finish up on the Bane Nest. Wow. There you go. That is indeed going to be the cleanup. So, cleanup made. And like I say, that feels great right now as the extra bit of Ling Bane comes through. Just going to see some creep spread still leaking out into the center of the map. 4th hatch and 5th hatch on the way through. So GG Machine had to give up a hatchery, but now he's defended. Now you will have Bane speed for the next time out. That's going to be obviously a huge deal. And then you're also going to have yourself the melee upgrades finishing. So your upgrades are going to be right back on track. Your opponent's on a very late 3rd base. In fact, it's still non-existent, as you had 2 more barracks and a starboard on. And this entire commitment from Hanmono has gone the wrong way. He's not done enough with this. He's ending up in trouble. And he is going to end up in a bad spot coming out the other side of this one. So, there you go. I mean, 2-2 starts from GG Machine as well. No, nothing beat skipped there. Just in a heartbeat, directly on with the next set of upgrades and keeping it going. Again, a couple hatches coming through. Marine tank medevac all building. Hanmono's just going to try and go again, but his supply just is not good. His opponent is going to have enough. I'm pretty sure to just sort of send this and kind of make some plays, basically, is going to be the case. So, let's see how this goes. Double medevac going to load up. We are going to begin to make our way up the right-hand side. A circle underneath there. Just going to keep a little eye on things so we see a little bit of what's going on for a moment or two. Yeah, let's follow these 2 Marines across the map and see if maybe somehow, some way, they can get something to happen here over the next couple moments. Marines all unload, Marines load back up. Just going to get ourselves boosting into the upper left-hand side. Just going to get ourselves straight over there. As you see the few other Marines just jumping off, and the Overlord going to go down straight away as well. It's just going to get a little bit of grab. Again, the rest of this Ling Bane coming through. We're just going to have ourselves the Marines. Just going to get caught. Uh-oh. Fungal Growth's even available just to rub it in. Just, hey, Hanmono, do you know how much trouble you are in right now? And it's like, it's this much. It's like way more you could have ever imagined. GG's, and that is going to do it for our first game of this next round. GG Machine not messing around. He wants a spot in that Ladder Legends OSC Championship bracket this year. My goodness, he is not messing about for sure. Alright, we're going to go into Game 2 on Taito Citadel. Lobby is coming up already, so we're going to be right on into this in just a moment or so. Get this ready to kick off, and we'll be in just a few moments. EVT coming at you guys. Let's do this. Let's do this. We are partying. Ready. Being dropped across the board. Everyone is ready. I'm ready. You guys are ready. He's ready over there. You're like, who's that over there? It's freaking Umbreon staring at me from my shit Pokemon shelf. Everybody's ready because we've not had StarCraft in like 2.5 days. And I'm heckin' excited that it's back. And hence, I am ready. Therefore, I declare myself ready. Would you believe? In the upper left-hand side, we're going to have ourselves the Red Zerg player. It is, sorry, Red Zerg, Green Zerg player is GG Machine, who is up a game. And in the bottom right, our yellow Terran is Hanmono, being the jokester that he is. Ay. I mean, to be fair, if you're cooked, I guess you don't get washed. Or something like this. Something like that, maybe? I don't really know, not gonna lie. Hanmono just being Hanmono, I suppose. How about that? Alright, we take a couple moments to get this going and rolling, and everyone's getting settled in for the next couple of moments, so we get this on the go. And we figure out what happens here on Taito Citadel. Taito Citadel. Hatch, gas, and spawning pool on the way. Drone, barracks, SCV producing through. We get a lot of that on the way up. Just going to be seeing the Overlord of GG Machine heading down to the bottom right-hand side. So that's going to come straight across for a couple of moments. Just taking a moment or two right here, right now. Get this settled down. Alright, so Overlord comes over. Just going to be having ourselves the Reaper on the way, the spawning pool, and hatchery building up. Everything looking pretty cozy here for a couple of seconds. And like I say, we'll see where exactly we go over the next few moments, as we just have those couple of drones gathering together as well, so get that all underway here. Figure out what's next. Just got our link speed starting, nothing too crazy about that either. Just for the moment. Looking down the bottom again, this Overlord continues to make a little bit of a move. Link speed coming up, the Queens and the Lings are going to be on their way as well, so just bringing all of that straight across here. And get our command center and our factory building through as we speak. So all of that coming up. Our CCs are going to finish very shortly. As this reactor gets completed, and we will have ourselves the factory completing, the CC completing. And again, the link speed all very much so coming on into play. Ourselves all ready for this. And seeing what Hanmono has cooked up for us in this next game, because, like I say, he's quite the creative player a lot of the time, and I really do not expect that to be changing at any point. So expecting his creativity to kind of continue through. This game, obviously, there was the Reaper. Actually has a kill on it, just a Zergling. Haven't really watched that, but... What does the 2 next to your name mean? It means you bet on option 2 in the channel prediction. So, yeah. That is exactly what that means. Very exciting, I know. There's a couple Queens, the drone continue to come about. Just going to be seeing that Reaper still on its way in as well. So we continue to get that rolling out here just for a quick moment or so. There's the Reaper coming back down around the bottom side. The couple of Marines here are going to go in after the Overlord, so just look to try and put some damage on that. That Overlord will end up going down already. Maybe a nice quick pick-off. And the rest of these Zerglings just coming across to the other side as well, trying to see if they can kind of create a little bit more of an annoyance here for the next few moments. I'll just be kind of surprised if they did too much of anything. Hellions obviously here at home. Hanmono going more Hellions, and the Banshee has a 3rd CC as well, so whatever he wants to do is not going to be on the earlier base count here. He is going to get up to 3 bases. His economy is going to be booming a whole lot better this time around. Just going to be seeing our Hellions going in after a Queen. Kryptuma at the front goes down as well. I mean, that's not too big of a deal, but still not terrible. See those few Hellions continue by as well. Follow these Hellions across the map for just a second or two here. I'm just going to have our Hellions continue to go around. And yeah, Spire coming up. It's going to be seeing the Roaches on the way. Hyperflight Rotas is very much so on its way through as well. Still got all of these Hellions joining together right now. As we're trying to figure out just what happens next on this. Just going to see the Hellions do get a little bit of a hit already. And start to put some damage out onto this hatchery straight away. So they're going to come straight through with this. Hatchery is going to go down, so we take that out immediately. Now the Hellions going to put some further pressure on. See again the few Hellions, the Roaches, and everything else continue to shoot here. The Banshee's going to be firing through as well. I'm just going to be seeing those Roaches and the Queens getting turned the other way for a moment or so, but for the most part, so the Hellions and Banshees not really doing what they want to get done here, right at the end of the day. They were looking for more than that. They don't really find it, and we do have more factories on the way up, so that does tell us where Hanmono's going next. He's going into Mech, which means he doesn't care about trading out these Hellions as much, because he's going to have himself, you know, basically Hellions coming up behind this non-stop anyway, so that's just going to be a continuation. That part does not really matter too much at all. So that's going to be a big major part of this right off the bat. We'll see the Hellions, the Banshees keep on coming through here. A little bit more damage being dealt. We do see the couple of Roaches taking some shots as well. Now the Hellion Banshee coming back over for a moment or two. So again, we get that set up and all the rest of it. And return back to the top side once again. So again, just going to get straight on over here. for a couple moments. We take down one Zergling on the way over, so just going to move that straight into position. Mutas are out, and so the Mutas will start to deal with this. That's going to force the mech player into making some anti-air. That part is going to make this a little bit more of a confusing situation. How well do you deal with kind of these Mutalisks? Obviously, the Mutas can shut down the Banshees a little bit, although they would have to chase after the Banshees, which so far we're not going to be doing. So that's also going to be an interesting aspect of this opening stage of this game. As now the Mutas do launch themselves onto a bunch of these SCVs. The SCVs start taking some damage. The Hellions on the other side are going to run through, so both sides are going to just trade out damage for each other right off the bat here. Damage being done. As those roaches play cleanup. Now, the Mutas are still going. Now, I don't know about the last time I checked, but, well, I'm actually pretty sure the last time I checked, Banshees don't shoot Mutas, so I don't love that they're just running into them here. I also don't love the Mutas running into the Widow Mines. I just would rather the Banshees stayed away, because I feel like that's, I mean, maybe they're just trying to tank some shots and so on. Another Cyclone popping out. Are we just that desperate as Hanmono to get an answer? Probably. To be fair, more Link Muta being made right now. We're not getting good enough answer to this, and this is going to start getting overwhelmed. These Banshees need to be across the map. I mean, I get it, more Mutas are going to stop you, but you need to be doing something with this army right now. Right now, we're not doing enough of anything. You just come over, SCVs keep dropping down, the few Roaches still heading across that right side. Muta Roach will gather together right here. I really feel like we are heavily on our way towards a 2-0 for GG Machine, who's just looking like hot stuff right now in this series. He is looking absolutely great, to say the least. He really is. He really is. So the Muta's continuing through, looking for that orbital command. And I think we have ourselves, I mean, just the damage done at the end of the day. The Cyclone's obviously powering up a little bit right now, but again, do not really see them being enough here overall. I also do not see this going the way that you want it to, unfortunately. As Mr. Mono, he is down and he's not out, but he may be kind of halfway out the door. Like, the door's currently like slamming shut, but his ankle is still in there, so his ankle's blocking the door from shutting, but like that's basically it. Like, he does not have a lot going for him right now. This game is only getting worse for him in the next few moments, as you can see. This one is absolutely becoming a disaster very, very quickly. And I don't really have a good solution either. Like, this one is just gone. Like, the Mutas did too much. They got out of control. You did not really manage to do enough about it, and here we are now, just basically on the verge of a game 2 going the way of GG Machine. And then GG Machine would be in the first qualifying match of the day, or one of our first players to a qualifying match of the day. I don't know if it's going to be the first one played or not. That's still to be determined. And the Cyclones are going to stick about. We see the few Lings running through. The Mutas are going to try and get overhead. The Widow Mines are going to go off on the Lings. On a Muta, so just going to get a bunch of work done. And GG gets called. That will be that, my friends. GG Machine 2-0 into the qualifying best of 5. He will take on the winner of Liquid Mana and Mini Zerg UA. Beautiful stuff. Love to see that. All right. That's actually kind of cool. What are we expecting to go into then? Maybe we just check to see if Mana is coming out a game or so, and I will maybe check in and ask on who is going to be playing first semifinals. Maybe I don't know if because we have 2 casts we do both semis 1 by 1 still, or what the dealio is. So I will actually just ask and check on that. I'm very easy with whatever the plan is today. We're chilling. We're just having a good time. So let me just ask that. Yeah, let me just try and figure that out, guys. I'll just throw some ads up. Feature Machine just looking good, honestly. Just really solid stuff from him. Great job. And see what he does next. Bum, bum, bum. Cool. Alright, I'll ask that. Is Mana in game? Mana is in game for 4 minutes. Cool. So we're probably just waiting a little bit no matter what. That gives me a chance, guys, to tell you guys about some of the wonderful sponsors bringing you guys the OSC Championship this year. I don't have a specific page for these yet. I don't know where I want to put them. Let me see what they look like when I just drag them on a screen. Let's see what just happens if I just... You know what? Okay, that's kind of... It needs to be sized down. We can just do it like this, though, I think. That's probably fine, because then I can just do it with me next to it. Oh, you know what we could do? We could do the double whammy. This is not a great perspective to see things. I actually have to maximize myself to read this. So, first of all, we got Ladder Legends supporting the OSC Championship this year. Hell yeah, if you want to improve at SCT, whether it's climbing the ladder, mastering builds, or becoming a World Championship contender, Ladder Legends is the place to be. Why, you may ask? Well, because you have an unrivaled roster of coaches, 90+ coaching sessions per month. I mean, basically, I'm going to be real, guys. The last time I heard of a successful coaching website for StarCraft 2 was like years ago. So the fact that we actually have one that has like legitimately, pro-level players taking part and coaching and being a part of a process and a system and a place, that alone should kind of speak volumes to that, this is a real deal if you're looking for StarCraft 2 coaching. I'm going to stop reading what's on the screen and give my real thoughts on it because I think that's just more meaningful. There's some quotes over there. You can check all that out and stuff. And you can check them out, obviously, at the website, ladderlegendsacademy.com, or on Twitter or YouTube. But I think the real talk of this really just is, like, there's not a lot of places that consolidate coaching for StarCraft 2 in this day and age. So why not check out somewhere that does support StarCraft 2 events like the OSC Championship, such as Ladder Legends. And Ladder Legends are bringing you the OSC Championship bracket this year, and they're sponsoring OSC. Thank you so much to Ladder Legends. We appreciate you giving us the OSC Championship that we deserve this year. Thank you so much to Ladder Legends. Alright, let's minimize that one. And the second one is the Dave Tester. Oh my god, Dave Tester, the man who subscribed earlier, comes in and he is another of the sponsors of the OSC Championship this year. If you guys don't know Dave Tester, then where have you been? Have you been under a rock? Have you not watched StarCraft 2 outside of this channel? I'll forgive you if that's the case, okay? But he's another guy who's just running events, co-creator and founder of the Korean StarCraft League. Has obviously been around all the Twitch chats. He's just in here earlier on today. Streaming constantly, doing commentary as well as streaming his own ladder and everything. Just a big supporter of StarCraft 2 and a big supporter of this year's OSC Championship. So you can check him out at all of his socials at Dave Tester SC on Twitch, Dave Tester on YouTube, Dave Tester SC on Ko-Fi. I think that's a Ko-Fi symbol. Patreon as well. And there's even merch. So there you go. Check that all out, guys. And we appreciate you all for having a look at the sponsors of the OSC Championship Season 13. We appreciate you guys. What's up, Trigger? Thank you so much for the raid. Cool. Alrighty. So we got a couple of people kind of run their way into the qualifying match pretty quickly. Man has just gone into a replay, so if he's ready soon, we could probably jump into either his next game or maybe even we can already go into a semi. I'm not sure if we have we might have to wait for the other stream as well, though. So the man is out of game right now, so there's a possibility we have some opportunity here soon. He's actually currently in the replay, though, so maybe he does not actually have a good result for us. Like I say, I'll check in and give you guys an update ASAP. But right now, I'm not sure what the dealio is. Not sure what the dealio is. Cool. All right. Mana is out of game, but still no result on the brackets, so just keeping an eye. Well, I'll send him a message just so we don't miss anything. Because that would be worst case scenario. Okay, it's gonna be Mana GG Machine. Cool. So we'll wait for that. Cool, cool, cool. Perfecto. Alrighty, guys, we'll get that on the go in just a couple of seconds. Figure this out and get this ready to rumble. Rumble. Like it. Alright, we'll take a couple moments and get ready for Mana GG Machine. So we'll just chill out for a few moments. Predictions. I don't want to give you predictions so soon. Okay, I can give you guys predictions in a moment. Sure. Predictions, GG Machine. 46% of the votes in that last one. Ay. You guys losing your money. Alright, I'll put Mana. It's going to be up for 10 minutes because I don't know how long it is going to be until we start. So just keep that in mind, guys. I can't talk. We might not be starting straight away here. Obviously, it may just take a few moments to get that sorted. So bear with me on that front. Get back at this. Bum 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 bada bum 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 bada dum bada dum. Coolio. Late tourney stream. How long will it go? Sorry, Shine. I'm not doing good at reading YouTube chat today. My apologies. We have 3 best of 5s basically coming up. So however long these 3 best of 5s take us is how long the day's gonna go. So that's the dealio. We're basically here for 3 best of 5s no matter what. So that's what's coming up. I'd say these could be like very long matches, honestly. Like this could be like, you know, one of them could take an hour or so. I'm more leaning towards it's more likely that this is like I reckon we've got like a couple hours. I would imagine one of these best of 5s is probably going to be a little bit shorter. I think there's some good potential we get. I think it is going to be guaranteed PvP on the bottom side. So yeah, I think it's not super crazy to say that we're going to be probably having a little bit of... that would be my prediction, at least, so... yeah, we will see. Cool. I'm in the lobby. I think we could like say we're... oh no, Dave Tester's here. Perfect. We're set to go. We don't even have to wait any longer. Perfect. This is best of 5, guys. Best of 5 qualifying match between Mana and GG Machine. Awesome. So we are just ready to begin. That was super easy. Perfecto. Alrighty, guys. Let's get this going. Let's kick off into some action. Let's get some StarCraft 2 on the road here today. Gonna go straight into Old Republic. Gonna have ourselves in the upper right hand side to start things off. This is gonna be the blue Protoss player representing Team Liquid still in this beautiful day and age. It is Mana up against the red Zerg down in the bottom left hand side. We've got ourselves GG Machine. He's been on fire today, but I genuinely think that this is going to be a bit of a tougher series. Obviously, Mana is no joke, so expect this one to be the toughest GG Machine has played, no doubt. Let's get this up and running here. Old Republic, our opening map of this best of 5. Alright. We even got Dave Test in the lobby, so we're gonna do the Dave Tester camera. I've got no idea what Dave is observing is like, but we're gonna steal it because why not? I mean, if it doesn't look too hot, we can jump off as well. But I mean, real talk. Usually, even if we jump on anyone's camera, it's really nice because it means that I don't have to spend as long kind of trying to make the game look pretty. I can spend a bit more time looking at the minimap too, so it's kind of like having 2 eyes on the screen still, you know, even if not kind of completely kind of naturally synced up and whatever else. it still kind of has that impact. So there is a nice little something to it. And yeah, what's up, Johannes Force? I've read this twice now, and I don't know if I actually replied or not, so I'm just going to say thank you for the Merry Christmas. A little late, no worries. You can just start saying Happy New Year now as well, you know? It's like, it's that time of year where you can just be like, well, missed the Christmas, but Happy New Year, just in advance, you know? It's like, I think it's socially acceptable to start, maybe, is it socially acceptable to start saying that already? I think it is. I'm gonna make an official Wardy decree that it's absolutely socially acceptable to start saying that, so there you go. There you go. Let's just have ourselves Nexus and the Cybercore coming up. Couple Queens, couple Lings, all on the way through. And we get this started here for game number 1 of this best of 5 qualifying series. Players who qualify through these challenger brackets will start in the lower bracket of the Ladder Legends Championship bracket. So you're going to kind of start up with basically, you know, no chances. It's going to be like, you know, 1 chance and you're done. But it still gives you a chance to compete. No one has ever won starting in the lower bracket of the competition. So take that as a challenge or take that as whatever you would like. But it is a fact, it is a stat, and it is something to keep in mind as well. So there you go. There's some info for you guys in case you're intrigued. I believe that's the. I'm pretty sure that's the stat I say every single year. It didn't change last year. I'm 99% sure. So unless I'm going crazy and just don't remember anything anymore, then yeah, I should be chilling in that regard. Sailing speed coming up, getting that settled into play, and just figuring out where we're gonna go here next. Let's just have ourselves the Oracle and the Wolf Gate all continuing up. So just kind of a few different bits and pieces up and online that are definitely going to deal some damage, just putting some damage out there. Group team are taking some shots. And yeah, we just have ourselves that link speed still coming through. A few extra drones and the Queen coming up. Oracle and the Warp Gate coming into play as well. So all of that coming straight online just for now. Nexus dropping down on this third base as well. So just going to get that straight into position 2. Put that in place. And Mana not messing around. We saw a little bit of, obviously, GG Machine's ZVP against the Bestas already. So some more aggressive kind of plays. So wondering if that's going to remain true. We'll be interested to see if that's something we kind of stick to or not. As yeah, this Oracle shows up and is going to be able to push the Lings back. Can we get that Overlord? I think we will be able to. Stalker goes around. GG Machine gets supply blocked by this. I think Mana's going to be pretty okay overall with that situation and how it's currently panning out. Oracle does eat up a Revelation. Just going to see the few Zerglings coming over. They're going to try and jump onto that pylon, and this pylon will take some pretty serious damage initially. So pylon taking a few shots, and yeah, Robo Facility, Gateway, Nexus, all that coming through as well. As you just see the Adept and a couple of probes coming about also. The gates coming up. It's going to see the Robo Facility and the Twilight Council continue to build on through here currently. Again, our Rotron will continue to come into play as well. It's just going to get that going. As the Stalker will go in after this Overlord. So the Overlord will be taking just a little bit more damage. Got rid of another one here. There's a couple of Overlords already dead in this game, so that's definitely adding up. You see the Prism, the Temple Archives coming through as well currently. So all of that just coming by for the moment. We have ourselves again the Temple Archives, Gates, Oracle, little bits of everything coming through. Just for the next couple of seconds, these Zerglings are going to gather up as well, so they're going to try and gather in and see. I mean, be able to provide again Temple Archives and those couple of gates. Continue to come online just for now. Get that all going. The extra probes coming up too, so again, little bits of everything coming up. As of right now, those few Zerglings get in toward the pylon here. Just going to nibble through this. If we can get a kill on that, that would be lovely. The Oracle's activating, going to keep a few of the Zerglings at bay, if nothing else here, as well as just trying to keep this from getting too far away. And keep this all nice and contained. Roach speed still coming up as well, so we continue bringing that straight on through just for the moment. Get that underway. Keep this settling down. See the couple of Queens going to shoot. The Archon's going to take some damage. We do lose a Queen. So one queen going down right off the bat there, and that is going to be a little bit of a loss. And you see the +1 missiles, roach speed and so coming up. +1 attack and charge coming through as well. The Archons still trying to get busy for the next few moments. So again, just putting a little bit more work in on that one. Roach is still gathering, a couple drones coming through. And we have ourselves the +1 attack, charge, and immortal coming up as well. These Archons still getting into kind of action, just getting busy in general here, as you can see. They'll put some pretty decent damage out for the next few moments. 5 drones go down. We lose the prism, though. That's kind of a disaster. It's just kind of like a, we don't really meant to lose the prism at all, so the prism going down really is a big disaster, because suddenly that Archon drop is no longer effective, because it's just gone. So all of a sudden, Mana just absolutely loses kind of his entire situation on the map. He gets one Archon out still with the recall, but man, that is tough, because all of a sudden you just lose kind of your map control, and that's one of your big things when it comes to this kind of game plan right here. Now got roaches showing up, they're going after a pylon already, so they're trying to find a little bit of something. But yeah, this is brutal. Not what you want to see as Mana. Definitely a mistake from him. I mean, he's going to be okay against these roaches, but yeah, he lost a lot of control here. Imagine he still has that prism. These roaches never come across the map. In the end, they didn't do much anyway, but it just gives the Zerg a bit more control. Like, before you had a Zerg who didn't think he could really do anything in this game. Now you've got a Zerg who's going to step onto the map and think he's king of the jungle. I mean, you got to say, no, this is my jungle, Slap him down a bit, put him down in his place a little. Lurkadang coming up, Hive on the way. The Nexus coming onto the low ground as well. So we're going to drop that 4th base straight into place. Again, the Immortal, High Templars, +1 on the Storm, all coming through. The Roaches will take their chance to open up a set of rocks over here. Army of Mana continues to push through the center. A couple of queens. Immediately going to be a question mark, of course, as we get into place with this. We do have ourselves the Roach going to try and fight. You see an Immortal in some trouble. The Zelda and the Adept gathering up for a couple of seconds too. This is a Protoss army that's kind of, it looks kind of like it's getting weakened on the bottom side, but the Zealots on the top are standing around for a long time. They've tanked a lot of damage and done a lot of damage. 16 drones fell. Mana is obviously coming out of this with a supply lead, so it does look as though Mana is going to be A-okay coming out of this. But yeah, I was wondering for a couple of moments that maybe his army was about to get kind of wrapped up, shut down, and pushed away. Obviously not going to be the case here in the end, as the Immortal Archon gathering back through. The couple Oracles back down the right side as well. +2 attack, blink on the way, add those couple of Immortals on still. Let's see the probe, the batteries, and so cannons as well. Continue to come online for the moment. The rest of this army steps over to the left-hand side a little bit as well, trying to figure out what we want to do. So the Oracles will activate again after a couple of these drones. I think it's the Spore Crawlers trying to build. So these Oracles still providing value. Sees the Lurkers. Obviously, then that's exactly what these Oracles want to do next. These Oracles are going to have to provide you value against the Lurkers. They're going to have to give you the Revelations and the Detection. That's going to be a big part of the next stage of this game. The fact that GG Machine has gotten here means he's going to be deserving of, this position of the game. Like, the fact that we've gotten to this point gives him the chance to kind of play for some opportunity right now. And like I say, I imagine that's going to be a pretty big factor over these next few moments. Oh, Voidra coming up for Mana. I don't know how much that's going to do right now unless he has some overall kind of use for it that I'm not really thinking on. Maybe there's like a, just undenying some overseers, maybe just general run-by defense, but it's not the sort of thing that's going to join up in the main army and be like, haha, I love this. We do have the nice network buildings. It's going to be an option soon. We do have a Spire building as well from GG Machine to give himself later game choices. He's doing all the right things to set himself up for a later stage of this game. This run-by not going to go very far, but it's nice that it's even here and accessible and doing things. At least kind of showing us the chance to kind of put on a little bit of pressure as well, right? So that is very good too. It's definitely a major plus. It's going to be seen again, a couple Tempests on the way out. So Mana is prepping for the later stage of this game as well. That too is going to be a major positive right now. So we'll get all of that on the way about. Just having ourselves the Nidus Network going to get denied here right off the bat. Nidus goes down. The Voidra are going to be there. Lings going to get a Storm off as well, and or eat a Storm as the High Templars get a Storm onto them. And it's going to be Mana once again, just finding a good little bit of a trade out on the map at the moment. Not bad at all. just yet still. OSC is going to end up going down. So we take that out, take that off. Taking a few moments to get to the next point of this. Obviously, lurkers out means that mana has to take this seriously. You can't underestimate lurkers. They are dangerous. They can do a lot of damage, and they can do it very, very quickly as well. So we really got to take care of ourselves on these next few moments for sure. As the Zealot swipes through a Nidus network coming up on the top side. So Nidus going to pop out a few of these lurkers. 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh my god, there's a bunch of lurkers. I mean, the Nidus goes down. We have the Void Ray that will provide some of the slowest damage of all time, I was about to say, because there's no detection, so he can't provide any damage. The Void Ray should be there killing off the next Nidus. Instead, its prismatic alignment is going to end up wasted, unfortunately. So a little bit of a missed opportunity there. Storm coming down, not really taking advantage of it all. Just going to have that Storm fading away onto those lurkers. The Immortals there as well. 12 probes going down. We do get another Nidus top side. Not going to be able to do too much from that. Just going to see the Hydra's getting underneath and will be able to come through as well. So going straight through with that one as the lurkers pop out in the main base now. So GG Machine really creating an opportunity around the map for himself, giving himself options, giving himself a real possibility of kind of getting stuff done right now at the end of the day. So value really coming in. Just going to see the Tempest and the Immortals obviously all gathering together and putting in whatever work they can currently. We are going to play cleanup here, but yeah, GG Machine keeping mana busy, giving himself options as he expands across the map and just tries to take control of this game. I still think it's a very difficult thing to do. I love what mana's on the way to. And I feel like GG Machine's heading into that typical Zerg problem of like, hey, I'm playing a fun game, but I'm terrified of hitting anything beyond Hydra Lurker. And I get it, we've only really just got to Hydra Lurker. Mana's already building carriers. So if you're not going to build a, I guess if you have a Spire, we have +1 fire attack, but we got to start doing some later game stuff soon, some spellcasters and all the rest. Otherwise, I actually don't think these lurkers are going to do much on their own anyway. I actually think these lurkers might find themselves in trouble sooner rather than later. I mean, a couple Tempests only is enough for now, and obviously they're going to just be targets from here on out, so kind of issues around the board as you see another couple of shots going through the Storm onto the Lings. Tempest and the Void Ray continue to move down to the bottom left-hand side. A little bit of action in the top. Is going to get onto that Nexus as well. So once more mana denied a 5th base for the next few moments. Hydra's trying to step through, looking to get on top of these Immortals. These Immortals are taking a bunch of damage. But then you've got a bunch of Archons and Tempests that are getting absolutely untouched in the background. Mana supply is down, but a lot of the supply from GG Machine is in the production tab. Corruptors are popping out. I mean, the problem is as well, we've still got a good amount of Archons. And if those Archons are underneath these Tempests, these Corruptors can't just go flying on in there. They got to take their time, and that's where some of the spellcasters would really kind of do you some justice right now. Something to get rid of these Archons, or just kind of, help with these Archons or so over time. Neural them, abduct them in. Just some other way of approaching this than, hey, I'm just going to fly my army and just pray that it's going to do what I need it to, because right now, that ain't going to be cutting it in the slightest. Got the observers overhead. We are just going to see 5 observers all at once. We're going to finish off this hatchery, left side hatchery going down as well. And I think that's a summary of this game, is that GG Machine is starting to just be overwhelmed. And I don't think it's just being overwhelmed on all angles. I genuinely do believe he's being overwhelmed just in the macro game as well. Like, his army is just not going to be keeping up with the army of mana at this stage. Like, it just isn't. We're just at the point where that is apparent right now. And we can't really do much more about that than kind of just count to the next one. Let's see those Zealots going to come charging through. They're going to go straight for the Nidus network, so they want to try and find some value there already. Just going to see the Hydra's pulling back, the Lurkers bow up once again. So again, we join up together for a few moments. Tempest and a couple more Immortals in production. Nexus coming through as well. As the tectonic destabilizes for the Tempest will be a big part of the next stage of this game, I imagine. Just more Tempest pressure. In case this does become kind of like a defensive kind of Spore Crawler fest, we're just going to try and stop that from ever being super impactful or anything. So, like I say, that will be an important part of what comes in the next moments. Is just have the Tempest going to fire up for a couple more shots right away. The Lurk is still getting pushed back. This hatchery on the bottom side going to be in some trouble as well. Six more Zealots, 2 more Tempests, all on the way through. We get that +2 air weapons coming about as well, so that continues to come by on top of everything else. can see those lurkers taking some shots, so they're taking some damage. Few hits coming through straight away. Just continue to put the work in. Just going to be seeing the +2 air weapons coming about. Lurkers and the Corruptors all coming up as well. We're not going to have ourselves the rest of this army settling down up into the sky. So again, we get more of that just coming through as we speak. So it's going to play cleanup. A couple lurkers go down. The rest of the Zealots up into the main base. Just going to try and run through there as well, see if there's any other option. I mean, I like what we've done here as GG Machine. He's definitely tried to be doing as much as possible. But we have not done too much. What the hell just happened? Twitch just gifted 111 subs. Did I just read that right? Merry Twitchmas, just a few gifts for the holidays from us to you. Thank you for being part of the community. With 111 gifted... Are you freaking crazy? You guys read that as well? What the... What the fuck just happened? What the actual shit just happened? Holy... This has never happened to me. Can I just say? we have never been hit by like a Twitch promotion bomb or something. Holy, jeez, and all the rest. That's wild. That's the Twitch were like, hey Wardy, you think you wanted to? we want to go for 2,000 subs. We got you. Thank you so much, Twitch. That's wild. We're going in game. I can't stop the players. We take a second to shout it all out. That was that's actually bonkers. That's crazy. All right, guys. Like I'm actually just thank you. I'm genuinely just shocked. Genuinely just shocked that happened. Like I thought I misread like every single part of this. First I was like Twitch, then I was like 111, and I was like literally every part of this I had to double check. Holy! Guys, you know what we should all do now is if you've got a Prime sub, you should drop it. Or if you're feeling like generous, you should drop it because we should just hype train. Do you guys know what level hype train we start at? We do have 111 subs on it. Go. You guys have like 2 minutes to activate the hype train. I'm going to put the pressure on you guys. 100 bits, gift a sub, Prime sub if you got it. Let's see if we can get a hype train. I want to see what it does. That's my sellout effort. That is my sellout effort. A Christmas hype train. Is there much Christmas about a hype train? Sure, why not? Mana won that game, I'm going to presume. I completely lost track of things. My brain was absolutely baffled. Level 11 hype train, you think? Yeah? As you wish, Mr. Wardy, Children Jedi. Thank you so much for the 96-month resub. Now we only need like 3 more primes. Okay, how about I will also join in. I'm just gonna pick someone in the chat and I'm just gonna gift you a sub as well. And then we only need 2 more people to join in to activate the hype train. Go. This is my commitment to starting the hype train, guys. Go. We've got 1 minute and 50 seconds to start the hype train. Go! Do it! Kurt Das Squirt coming in for the 11-month resub. And Inishan, thank you so much for the fresh new sub as well. That should be a hype train, surely. Surely that's the hype train. But it's not starting. Why is it not starting? We're being scammed? Oh my god, Mountain Army just gonna give 5 subs! Alright guys, hype train starting. Mountain Army, thank you so much for the generosity. 5 gifted subs going out to Arkaj, Zadrojovnik, Skyroon, S-Stole C6, and Beridoxy. A level... Oh my god! That's a record hype train on the channel. We've never had a hype train this big. I told you guys it was going to be worth checking. That's sick. We've never had a hype train this big, and it was from Twitch. Twitch our heroes. How about that? Holy, that is another bunch of subs. Inishan gifting out 10 gifted subs. Oh my god, Gumun Ryong as well. How you doing? Thank you for the 5 gifted subs to Hicho, Eddie EU, Nenuxo, The Last Samurai, El Coco Azdada, Inshanny with the gifted subs to Durin V, Metzu, Findar, Ebogasta. Hang on, guys, 1 sec. Ebogazed, Ashton372, Voicom, Liquid Milk, Q216, XSN1, and also to Zeku. Thanks so much for the generosity. Are all these subs dinging one by one, or they're just on a delay? For some reason, they're all dinging one by one. Okay, you guys are actually just going crazy. You guys are, we're proxy hatching as well. I've got no idea what's going on in the game. Kurt Squirt with the 5 gifted subs to Anu Bardol. Oh my god, you guys, oh, cold goodness. George W. Go, Alexandra Santino, Alu Holland Tovariesto, Smigs TV, Karu Kangum on 20 gifted subs to Zazuel EC, Fussy Player 706, Templari 9, Lord I Odal, The Real Day, I can't read these, The Real Fade 00, 12.7mm, Bracket Track, Limb WBW, Aquandi, K20 Ayak, Scaphandra, Enigma, Bad Ugly Ogre, Krisky 9000, Pixie 87, Forest Funk 69, Cyber Dreamer, Foolicious, Bad Gamer 48, and Strawberry Banana Juice 0, and then Liquid Milk on 5 gifted subs to Itchon 80, Apis 0790, Oscar World Champ, Easy Rider, and Sergey 63. Thank you so much for the gifted subs, and you guys are not done. Air Claws with the 5 gifted subs to Saint Delicious, Pap Moget, Cy Forest, Nate Diggity, Dalile Former as well. Jeez. Guys, you guys don't messing around, huh? Thank you so much for the gifted subs, guys. I appreciate all of the support. Meanwhile, Mana got proxy hatch. He lost 7 probes. He's only down 9 at the end of this, though, and GG Machine's only just getting his hatchery up now as well, so I think we're going to settle down there. Are we all done? No, we're not done. Hello, Zergling on the 5 gifted subs, going out to Kopoba 88, Ben Armour 86, Placasta, Makitas, and Lothari. Thank you so much. We're nearly level 7, guys. You know, if you get to level 7, the exciting part is that we actually restart the hype train countdown for another 5 minutes. We can just keep this going for forever. Well, not forever, but thank you so much for the support. Appreciate you guys. You guys are crazy. That was kind of wild. Was not really expecting that, if I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Holy. Get to Squid on 5 more to Doki TV, Xpesters, Jedi Sheep, Pro Fahab, and La Maricien. Thank you so much for 5 more gifted. We got a couple more. Hit level 7. We've never seen a level. I've literally never seen a level 7 hype train in my life, actually. We actually have pretty high hype train settings on. Like, it's pretty hard to do hype trains on our channel, so yeah, that's kind of crazy. Imagine if we still had the Christmas tree going. I mean, the Christmas tree's there. I'm just not putting stuff on it, to be honest. Yeah. I've become a lazy streamer. I've done my dues with the Christmas tree already, you know. Holy, thank you so much, Mount Tsunami, on 5 more gifted sub to Jose Dalocadora, Bymind X, Dalran at 160579, DC Muerte, and Omnivorous Geek. And 1 more to Highlight Show to hit the level 7 all-time record hype train on the channel. Ooh, you guys were messing around, jeez. You guys were not messing around. Level 8 incoming? Yeah, okay, guys. Level 8 incoming, right. Who's got the next 100 gifted, guys? Come on, you guys tell me Twitch are the only people that can give us 100 gifted? Come on. Yeah. That's 1,600 sub count, by the way. That's pretty nuts. You know, I was low-key, I was talking about this earlier, I was like, I wonder if we could push 2,000 because it's my birthday in in a week and a half or something. I was like, there's the deal on for like the next 3 days. I was like, can we sell out enough to hit 2,000 subs? We hit 2,000 subs once, ever. The fact that that's even like remotely possible, like 400's a lot of subs, do not get me wrong, that's not easy. But the fact that it's even like remotely in a conversation in 2025 is actually ridiculous. Actually ridiculous. Happy New Year to you. Have been wanting to donate or sub for a while. Well, thank you so much for the generosity, mate. I super appreciate it. Thank you so much for all the gifted subs and the sub of your own. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Whew. All right, breathe. Breathe. That was... I've got no idea what's happening in this game, guys. Sorry, I've got no clue what's going on. I've been looking at Twitch chat. I apologize, everybody. wild. Damn. Credit, shout out to you. Honestly, pushing it from level 6 to level 7 is genuinely impressive. that is actually a pretty nuts thing to do. That was a great effort, guys. Holy, average Wardy cast? Whoa. Whoa, hold up. I mean, I saw there was a proxy hatch. It just got a bit crazy in here for a few moments. Jeez. Oh my god, what's happening? The queens, they get out from the Dropper Lord, but the Dropper Lord dies. The queens will not be across the map, which means Oracles and Void Rays defensively at home would be good, but I think it's only one Void Ray in the game, and that's still on the other side now because it got the Dropper Lord initially. So, do you see those Roaches stepping forward? Just going to see our Stalker's going to try and play a bit of defense here. We just got Blink. Is that going to be enough for Mana to get a defense here? He's up one game in this best of 5. Void Ray active overhead. This is why it's huge that we shut down the Overlord, because the Void Ray is essentially free damage output. As long as these Roaches are here, they can't fight back against it. They cannot stop it. So that part is pretty sizable. As you see the Ling Roach coming back around. Just going to be seeing the Queens, obviously. And the Queens are still in like a weird place here, because they're going to try and fight back against those Stalkers, but then like they have no creep or anything now because there's no Overlord nearby, so that's kind of a big deal still, right? With some creep and some transfusions, they would have been even better off. So yeah, a little bit of an interesting situation in that regard for sure. That's going to be seen. In the end, this is a defense, but with the loss of a third base. Now, I actually don't hate it for Mana, because GG Machine is still only on 42 drones. His own economy is not exactly being great all game long, in fairness, so I actually kind of look at this, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'm kind of fine with where we're at still. Like, I still think this is an absolutely A-okay situation right now here for Mana. Like, yeah, okay, you lost your base. That is not exactly the pinnacle of success. That's not what you want to see. But I think it's fair to say that we're in a much more comfortable position. Yeah, I think we're in a much more comfortable position than you would think when you're in this kind of scenario. Like, I think a lot of people look at this and be like, well, Mana's doomed, no, but losing the third does not just end this game, is what I'm trying to get at, right? So just, that is the most important part of this right now. What's about Tsunami? Thank you for an amazing year of SC2 events and cast. Here's to the next one. Hell yeah, mate. Thank you so much for the support and a bunch of subs. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Keeping this fourth base down on that right side obviously is a big deal. Try and keep that slow. You see the Hydrogen coming up from GG Machine, but his economy just isn't that great. If we look at the income graph right now, like Mana, like GG Machine only took the advantage like 30 seconds ago or so, right? Like that's kind of a ridiculous stat. So the economy is not even that great. Like Mana's already finishing up his Nexus, so he'll have full access, you know, very soon here once more. As here, what's up? Maxim99XX, thank you so much for the Prime sub as well. Thank you for being a part of the level 7 hype train to wrap it up. Holy doodles. That was crazy. We just gained like 180 subs or something. Okay, that's actually just crazy. Jeez. Oh my god, I got a sicker mode as well! All-time record shattered. Yeah, it really was. My mode's sick. I got like a little cat drinking or cheers. I love it. Holy, what a great day. What a beautiful day. Alright, I promise, guys, I will talk about StarCraft for the rest of it. Cheers to that. I love that emote. That's really cute. Damn, 188 subs. That's kind of nuts. I mean, that actually is just nuts. Jeez. Oh my god, like, you guys remember before we went in game on Taito Citadel and you guys remember before Taito Citadel when Twitch never shows up in our chat? I never get the Twitch things. I never get Twitch showing up and dropping love and this, that, or like... I think this is the first time Twitch has acknowledged my existence in my entire streaming career. Outside of some front page promotion that I usually have to do, you know, jump through hoops to get. Like, this is actually ridiculous. Holy shit. Hey, what's up, Zealousson? Thank you so much for the 2-month resub as well, mate. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate the support. My goodness, what a... My brain's frazzled. Is this live? Yes, this is live. How you doing? Hello. Game's alive. We are live. Yo, Halafor, thank you so much for 5 gifted subs as well. Let me get to those in a second, because Mana is right here playing for the defense of his life. The rocks go down. He immediately drops the defense into place, to be honest. I mean, honestly, it looks pretty good. I don't think we're going to break through there. The Colossus are super important in this. If they can keep the Hydras at bay, the damage output just does not become available at any point of this, so that becomes a much tougher situation. No doubt at all. No doubt at all. Just going to see the Robo facility. Again, the Colossus on the way through. Just going to be having everything else coming up as well. Is it a good thing that Twitch knows what he exists? I mean, they might have just looked at Twitch and just found a channel and just, I honestly, like, who cares? Like, that's incredible. I mean, they look what they did. We just, I mean, they gifted 110 and they encouraged you guys to gift another 70. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's actually crazy. Yo, what's up, John Recco 069? Thank you so much for the Prime sub as well. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Halafor, the 5 gift subs went out to Demagen 7. For Ariel, Notworms, Village 25, and Midnight 76. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs, Halafor. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Stalkers and the Colossus right there are going to go and push back a little bit further. Let's just see a couple of roaches stepping through. The Colossus is going to put some damage in. Just going to be seeing a couple more shots coming about for a few moments. Twitch gave you a notification if you've never watched StarCraft 2 before? Wait, what? What, Twitch just told you to come watch the channel? What's even going on? What's even happening? Stalkers and Colossus gonna fall back. High Templars storming all across this Roach Hydra force. I mean, we need these storms. We need to try and stop this army from overwhelming our splash damage. The Colossus will micro back in the Warp Prism. Additional Stalkers warping in. We will have a +3 attack upgrade finishing for mana, but is it too late? Honestly, no. The Roaches are low HP and they're gonna get cleaned up. 2 Colossus still alive on the left. Don't even know where they came from. I did think there was still more Colossus around, and there they were, over from the left-hand side. So they show back up. They get to walk over. And I think Mana is looking comfortable here, guys. He's up in work because his army is looking good. It's a 4-base Zerg. It's, Zerg who, the race which needs to kind of be on more bases typically and outmining the Protoss because they just don't trade as well. You can see efficiency-wise, the 14,000 resources lost for Mana and 16.7k lost for GG Machines. So he's, 2,700, 800 behind. But he's now mining 15 workers less on the equal base count. So Mana is just taking control of this game. It has been a ridiculous... It's actually been a pretty sick game, especially starting with the proxy hatch and things getting thrown into disarray right from the very get-go. Crazy stuff. Something about the streamers popping off. What's it? So Twitch was like, hey, loads of people are gifting subs. Let's tell more people to come watch this. My entire brain is baffled. I'm not going to lie. Like... my brain is genuinely baffled. This is... What a crazy sequence of events. I actually have no clue what to say. Jeez. I should make a speech or something. What a day. Yeah. Alright, a few Hydras going to be there. Just going to have our Prism again pushed back. A couple of Hydras going to stick around. The Queens as well. Got the charge and the armor upgrade coming through too. So we just get a lot of that on the go. Again, a few additional Stalkers and that Immortal coming up as we speak. So we just get that on the way too. Bring that into play and figure out what exactly is coming up next for the next few moments to get this all sorted. We're going to have the Stalkers and the Colossus going to step through. That Hatchery obviously in a little bit of trouble here as well. So just going to jump straight onto this and try and find a little bit of value from it. And just have ourselves, again, a couple of walls coming through, the charge and that armor upgrade coming about as well. So a lot of that just on the way in right about now. And seeing where we can go next. There's going to be a lot of Zerg across the map, but there's a lot of Protoss here as well. This Protoss army is just such high quality. Defense has a couple of High Templars involved as well already. There's very high Hydra count here. Warping in Stalkers, I don't think I'd mind seeing a few Zealots, although I guess it depends on how many you can warp in. Warping in 2 or 3 Zealots doesn't make much difference. 5 Stalkers can make a difference with their blink and their efficiency, basically. The Stalkers will actually blink through in the end, getting enough here to clean this up. At the same time, the rest of the Zerg army, GG Machine, trying to jump on this. He gets rid of a Colossus. The Hydras to the left will make this a bit of a flank. I mean, the Storms make it expensive. No matter what else, this is going to come at a cost, right? And that's exactly what you're seeing already, as these Stalkers step over. The Hydras keep on dropping. Damage is absolutely being done. Roach Hydra just getting cleaned up across the board. As, yeah, the Stalkers and the Immortals continue to come by, and I do think that is going to be... probably all they work for GG Machine. Again, his economy's not been good enough for a while now to really sustain. Even if he started taking better fights, he just hasn't had the economy to stay in this, because it was almost impossible to not lose something when Mana's army had included what it was there. Like, unless you kill all this Colossus freely, which he doesn't really have the tech to do. And even when he got a good fight on the Colossus, man. Crazy. GG's. Look at that, guys. 16, 17 subs. That's... I literally was like, at the start of the stream today, or before the stream started, I was like, I wonder how sellout it would be if it was like, I start my stream with like the stream title of like, if we hit a 2,000 subs, I'll run more StarCraft. And now we're like, now we maybe could. Like, honestly, crazy. We've not been at 1,600 subs in literal years. Like what a crazy month this has been, guys. It's been so wild. Thank you so much for all the support and everything. Appreciate you guys. Predictions? Not yet. It's a best of 5. So we have one more game at least before this series gets wrapped up. Let's get this ready to go. Happy early birthday. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. I should just make my birthday now while the sub discount's on, because it is 35% off gifted subs right now as well. So I should just make it now to really make the most of the discount. That would be the Giga Brain play, you know? That would be the Giga Brain play. Move birth dates to come into the correct timing for subs and so on. Woo! Happy fake birthday! Oh my god, thank you so much. It's crazy. I actually got a special certificate from the UK government. My birthday is actually now 3 days long. It's the next 3 days. So, you know, the UK, we do it weird here. It's a weird tradition. I'm sure any of the Brits in the chat will back me up on this, right, guys? It was your B-day yesterday. Happy belated birthday, mate. Congrats on being 1 year older. Thank you so much for watching some StarCraft the day after your birthday. I don't know why that's particularly impressive, but it is now. Alright, game number 3. Mana leads 2-0. He's a map away from qualifying to the OSC Championship on the first attempt as well, which is also really nice, right? Just, you know, first qualify. There's 5 of these things, but getting through on the first attempt is obviously just going to be such a feels good. You don't have to show up to the rest. You don't have to worry about qualifying, etc., etc. Like, all of that is just behind you already, and you can just be kind of chill and, you know, ready to go. So, yeah. That's where we're kind of at now, just chilling and waiting to go, as they say. Well, yeah, birthday goes over 3 days, so I age 3 years in the next 3 days. Yeah, exactly. So you're going to have to get me 3 years worth of presents. And no pressure, just, you know. Why do you think everyone in England looks old and haggard, you know? Your B-day is on the 25th, we should party. Or the 25th of December? Or the 25th of January? You know a guy who was streaming every day with the title, "Today's my birthday"? It's actually kind of funny because my birthday sucks for Twitch. Like, January birthdays on Twitch suck because, believe it or not, everyone usually is super generous during December. It gets to your birthday and everyone's like, eh. Like, yeah, well, you know, you already had a good December, right? Like... Meanwhile, if you have like a July birthday, everyone's like, holy dude, what is your birthday? You know, I haven't gifted subs to you since like December. You deserve a few right now. I really have the negative value birthday for Twitch, unfortunately. It's okay. Well, we make do, guys. We still get through it. This is just how ourselves. The probe coming about. The Overlord is coming to step around and see what's up. Stargate coming online as we see the Assimilator coming up. The Adept on the way. That was a kill, not a cancel. Oh my god, I didn't even see. I'm reading Twitch chat. Just, you know, when you don't expect anything overly important to happen super quickly or anything. that might be kind of me right now. Just presuming like it's, you know, it's just whatever, like bit of this, bit of that. It's all fine. Killing the Evo. Thank you guys. I was just yapping away. Sorry. I'm not gonna lie, I came into today a little bit distracted anyway, like I didn't have full focus. Like, this evening cast is not what I usually do, so my brain is not quite fully involved in like the evening cast and stuff, so I was like, you know, it's gonna be a pretty chilled out cast, you know? and then we just had the whole sub-a-doodle thing, and now I'm just like, ugh, my brain doesn't even know what to think, what to focus, or what to do. So yeah. Thanks for watching though, we have a bunch of viewers today, considering the timing, considering it's the evening. Appreciate you guys. Hope you're all having a great time and enjoying some PvZ. I do believe it's PvP in the other qualifying match that will follow this. There's also a third place match, so if Machine loses this, then it will be a ZVP third place match as well. So that'd be kind of nice. I mean, I want GG Machine to do well. He had a great start to this qualifier. Mana's obviously maybe the best player in this qualifier, so losing a mana is no kind of big negative. It's just kind of maybe the expectation. I'd love to see GG Machine you kind of get into that third place matchup, because then we get a ZVP there as well, and that would just split up the PvP a bit, so that'd be nice. Hey, what's up, Grape Juice? How you doing today? Hello, hello. Wardy, just one WardiTV Monday tournament tomorrow? Yeah? Is there usually more than one? Just one tomorrow, yes. Just one WardiTV Monday tournament tomorrow, if you're not. Just the normal one. That Adept has been a pain in the butt as GG Machine has not really coped with that very well. I mean, we are now 4.5 minutes in this game. There is no sign of the third hatchery coming down, so things are looking a little bit tragic, honestly, if you are the if you are this player in this situation. Things are just really not looking good for you at all, so it's a pretty miserable little situation we got going on. Seeing if we can figure something out here. We do have Resonating Glaive starting up, a couple of gates, and that Warp Gate still very much so coming online. It's just trying to get something up and rolling for these next few moments. See if there's anything we might be able to get going as a couple of oracles come flying about. But yeah, I kind of get the feeling that we're probably... yeah, I kind of get the feeling we're probably not... I guess I go Resonating Glaives. So man's going to mix it up with the Glaives after the Oracles and just try and put some pressure on it quickly. Guess we'll see how well this this goes. Seeing the Oracles activating, a couple of Lings starting to go down, so we'll just see a bit of damage coming out from that. And Resonating Glaives about to complete. The Forge in the Gate coming up. Roach Speed on the way through, so we get all of that coming by. We got the Hydras on the way up as well. The Hydra Den is starting, so just going to be getting that up and rolling right now. So you just get that working. And yeah, the Hydra Den coming about. Just going to see that Roach Speed coming through. The few extra Roaches coming up as well. Got a lot of bits and pieces coming through. The Adept's going to shade out one way. The Oracle's going to be overhead on the other. Queen's just going to be nearby as well to see the Adept's going to start to fight. Going to have to put some pressure on here and get this on the go. Roach going to try and fight back. Again, the drone's moving about. +1 attack and that blink coming online right here. So we get all those upgrades coming through. A couple of drones keep on dropping. This is terrible for GG Machine. 16, 17, 18 workers going down. The third base is being ransacked. Every drone in the third went down. I don't even know if GG Machine looked over there. Okay, he did actually transfer some out. I don't know how. He had even more workers to transfer out after the amount lost. That's going to be seeing the blink and the +1 still coming through. The Oracles overhead. 23 dead drones. There's obviously a very sizable number, and GG Machine is going to be feeling that one for sure. That is a pretty brutal little position to play forward from right now. Queen stepping back along. Just going to have a couple of moments as we can see the Queens, the Roaches all gathering about. Just going to be seeing the +1, the blink coming on through. The extra drones, the creep tumor coming down as well. So we get plenty in production there. At this point, it just feels like Mana's in such a good position. So in a great spot. And a few more drones just went down. Yeah, as the +1 blink finishes, I imagine Mana's going to be feeling very good. Does have to play against the Hydras, which you can argue, obviously. Hydras do have potential to kind of make life a little bit more tricksy and potentially even a little bit miserable for you as well. So that's, you know, one more thing we'll kind of keep our eyes on here. We'll see how it goes over the next few moments as we settle into this. Again, a few Stalkers coming about, those gates coming through, the +2 attack upgrade going to be in production as well as our Temple Archives continues to build. And those gates coming about, the Stalkers getting underneath, and the Overlord will take a few shots of damage already. This Temple Archives finishes very soon, and the extra gates come online as well. Like I said, I think Mana's getting into a very good position already, stepping forward with these Stalkers. The Hydras aren't even upgraded yet, so we're not immediately ready to kind of really utilize those either. So unfortunately, that part is going to be a little bit tough. The Stalkers try and fight. The Roaches will take some shots. The Hatch going to be sticking around there. Just going to have ourselves, again, a little bit of back and forth as we figure the way of this out. Just see where things will go. Have ourselves, again, the +2 in the Storm Wall building. And the few Hydras and the Roach are going to step forward, chase those Stalkers back the other way for just the next couple of moments. And +2 blink charge all coming by, so just a lot of that coming up right away here initially. That look, then infestation pit on the way by as well, so again get that also on the way up here currently. Just a little bit of everything coming by for a couple moments. And +2 storm in the charge, all building that lurk den coming online about halfway done currently as well. The few Hydras and the +1 missile upgrade also coming through. And the few drones get over to that right side. A couple oracles chilling out overhead as well. Just got Stalker Immortal. High Templar composition. It just looks better and better for mana, right? Like at this stage, you're starting to get to a composition that just looks great. Like it just looks good. It's really only going to get better from here, I would say. And I mean, I think that's the main part of this, is just like, it does just get better for you from here. Like, this situation really does just improve and only get better at this point. Now, Hive's on the way up from GG Machine, so if there is a way for him to turn it around, Hive is probably that way. I mean, obviously get those Lurkers out, get those Lurkers upgraded. That would be more or less your way to success at this stage in time. So I have to imagine that GG Machine kind of tries to linger on that, but I mean, Mana's going to push, so he's going to hit like kind of pre-Hive. Definitely going to be hitting well before Lurker upgrades. We'll see if that allows him to push into the Lurkers. I mean, at the end of the day, right now, GG Machine has a bunch of units across the map, and he's not exactly have many units in position over here. The Lurkers try and come down this ramp. Mana's just right-clicking the hatchery, getting storm damage onto the Lurkers during it, and he seems to be very happy with that resolution. Just takes the hatchery down, does eat a bunch of Lurker damage, to be fair, and he doesn't kill a lot, he just gets a lot low. On the other side of the map, these few Hydras, yeah, they'll get the High Templar and they'll make their way through, so there's going to be opportunity, no doubt, to get a little bit more out of this currently. And you see another Storm or two coming down, those Lurkers peeling off over to the sides, and a few drones transferring back along. In the next couple of moments, the Stalkers, the Immortal's going to come by, a couple of those Lurkers still getting jumped on. High Templar now getting jumped on as well, Mana. To be fair, taking some losses, but then the amount of Zealots coming through, the main thing is now the Lurker count is pretty much nigh on 0. He's right-clicking the hatchery again. He's clicking it with the Stalkers. I mean, the Zealots are going to try and get busy on the army. There's another Lurker here. Mana throws away a lot of army supply in order to do this. I mean, I actually think if he just fought the army with the Stalkers, like the Lurkers were not burrowed for a while, if he just right-clicked the Lurkers with the Stalkers while they're unburrowed, I don't know if this army ever gets to a point where it can play cleanup, to be honest. So that would have maybe been a big positive. Now Zealots are going to leak themselves into the natural expansion, so they're going to run straight through over there. He's also the main, he's going to get in after that Queen as well. In the end, GG Machine, he just doesn't have enough to keep going. He had a rough game, let's be real. Like, it started off badly, and obviously sometimes a good defense or so doesn't just bring you back into it, and that's very much so the case in this one. Like, it just doesn't bring you back into it just because you got a little bit of something that does go your way, or does go in your favor or so. GG's. And that is going to do it for us in the first qualifying matchup, guys, which means it's time for us to go into Mindel VK versus Art. I'm going to throw the ads on because they're already inviting us into the lobby, so they're ready to play. The winner of this will qualify, and the loser of this will drop down and play GG Machine in a third place matchup. That's going to be fun. I think this one's going to be fun. This is PvP, though, guys, so do not be too sad, but there will be some mirror matchup action right here in a few moments' time. What a crazy series that was for us. I can't believe we're at 16, 17 subs. I mean, we're going to have a bunch of people who show up to WardiTV Mondays yesterday. The last time they watched was like 3 days ago, and they're like, Wardy, how did you go up 200 subs in the last 3 days when you didn't stream at your normal stream time? I'm like, don't want me. I don't know. That's going to be my legitimate response, so. Alright, let's get into our next game here. As we have in the bottom right side, Mindel VK is going to be our opening PvP of this PvP with Art in the upper left-hand side. This is Polish Art. Been playing a lot of events, but he does play in some good, a good amount of OSC events, so excited to see what he does on this one for us as we get this up and running. Thank you for joining us, and let's see what goes down. Game number 1 of this Best of 5 series beginning on Winter Madness. These two have obviously been waiting for that last series to finish, so they were waiting a little while for Mana to 3-0. So now that that is done, they're obviously going to be full steam ahead. That's why we're so quick into this game. And there'll be probably a little break between this one and our last Best of 5 of the day, which will be coming up after that as well. I totally deserve it. I appreciate the kind words. Personally, feel like I've worked hard enough to deserve it too. I'm not gonna be shady to myself. But the world of Twitch does not always mean you get the love that you maybe deserve or the love that you need to keep doing what you're doing, right? So, super appreciative of it, no matter what. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for all the amazing games and casting throughout the 2025. The championship series was awesome, man. Yeah, I loved our championship this year. It's got me super excited for next year. I think we're going to keep a similar format, but it's going to be better established through the year. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit better established. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great. I think I'm going to make a new bracket format, but with some really cool improvements. So, okay, very quickly, my quick thoughts are that basically the winners of the WardiTV majors throughout the year are the players get like a better seed than the people who come second, for example. And basically, if you win a WardiTV championship, it guarantees, or win like one of our big events, like a summer championship, etc., etc., etc. It gives you that kind of better seed that you played seeding matches for this year, instead of just being seeded into the seeding matches. So it's going to be a little bit more like that. I think it takes a little bit of a while to craft out these brackets, so I'm not sure if it works, but that is the theory that we're working on at the very least. You know, that's the theory that we're going for. So in theory, that's what we're looking to try and do. In theory. Yeah, we'll see overall, I guess. We're also going to have the WardiTV Mondays are going to begin... yeah, the WardiTV Mondays will also be a big part of this year as well. Like, WardiTV Mondays will be a major point of... kind of like, they're going to be, you know, point earners and stuff like from the very beginning, so no messing around in that. Just going to get straight at it and so on, so yeah. Exciting. Genuinely very exciting. Sentries and the Stalker going to put some damage out. And it's just going to be seeing the Probe and the Twilight Council and everything coming through for a couple moments, so we just get a lot of this on the way. Twilight Council coming through, and the Robo on the other side is going to be Expand versus Expando, so that's the most important thing to take note of in the first few moments here. So we're expanding on both sides and getting that up and ready to rumble. I've gotten so used to seeing Wardy at 6M, this one threw me for a loop. Yeah, it's a little wild how different it can be, right? Yeah. It's funny because, you know what the funniest thing for me is on YouTube is, like, you know, I'm looking at Twitch right now, and our Twitch viewership is great considering our change of time. I look at YouTube and I'm like, man, YouTube hates the fact that we stream at a different time, you know? I'm just like, YouTube is like... I realize I've also just read a YouTube comment from like 30 minutes ago. Apparently just didn't read that before, so I just caught my eye. I love that just freaking YouTube is just like, you're streaming at a different time than usual? Whoa, 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 I'm not sure if I like that. You know, I'm not going to give you as many, you know, shout-outs to people as usual. Whereas on Twitch, it just doesn't matter. The YouTube viewership is heavily affected by this change of time, which is, again, kind of something we can't do much about, to be honest, so... I forgot the predictions? Oh. Well, that's okay, because you can just remind me now and I can still do them. Yeah, I'm always going to forget the predictions, because I never remember to do them. There you go. If you're wondering who these players are before you predict, Art, Polish Protoss player. Honestly, I think if Art would ever be actually full-time, he'd be a good candidate to have like a very good run at being a full-time pro player. Mindel VK is a Russian, I believe, player who's been around also a decent amount of time, definitely kind of been on the up for a while. One of these players that you hear of a lot if you're in these events and so on and stuff, but like, especially if you follow like a lot of the online content in StarCraft 2 and the events such as OSC, but has not really had that kind of bigger breakout at like a more major event at the higher levels like DreamHacks and ESL regionals and stuff like that, so... Maybe my viewers that use that platform will likely be from the same region. No, it's literally just the YouTube algorithm. YouTube hates change. YouTube's like you're live an hour different than usual. It's like, I just do not know if I can actually promote you to the same people as usual or to anyone compared to usual. I mean, obviously, like, yes, there's probably some viewership difference, but like, the reality is that YouTube algorithm is just a whole lot more sensitive, and it's a very real thing that you've got to take into consideration when you do anything on YouTube. So, yeah, it's just a little bit of that. That's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with YouTube being fine. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I mean, we still have decent viewership on YouTube. It's just not the normal viewership. It's like where the Twitch viewership is barely affected, the YouTube viewership is more than half, you know? So it's... YouTube just really loves the algorithm, and the algorithm says, hey, look, it's like, for example, if I upload 2 videos per day on YouTube suddenly, YouTube hates it. YouTube is like, no, no, no. You've established yourself as a 1 video per day kind of guy. To move to 2 videos per day is going to hurt your channel. Like, if I put 2 YouTube videos up, the combined viewership of both those videos would be worse than if I just put 1 up. Because they would cannibalize each other, because they're not, the algorithm doesn't like it, because I've established myself as a 1 video per day channel. And I've trained my YouTube channel now to like a live stream in the daytime and an upload in the evening, right? Like that's, and even it doesn't really like that. Like my uploads in the evening suck now that I stream on YouTube in comparison to what they used to. But that doesn't really matter because the live streams more than make up for it. So it doesn't really matter. But you have to like really train the YouTube into being like, hey, this is what I'm gonna do. And if you change anything, you have to try and change it like real slow, or it's going to have like an immediately kind of large impact, which is, like I said, I think it's kind of funny. It's very interesting. Anyways, as we do see Mindel VK showing up, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's going to kill the base, but does he lose everything in the process? Losing the Prism is going to suggest, yes, you probably lose nigh on everything in the process, and then Art just counterattacks. It does not matter if you kill the base if you lose everything while killing said base. Because now Art just goes across the map and, well, let's face it, you don't even have a third of your own. So I get it, you want to get rid of that third base because if you don't, your opponent has the third and you don't. But, like, it's even worse, really, because now you got rid of the third and lost your whole army while doing it. And you've got no benefit at home at all. You have no eco benefit and now no army benefit either. So you're just screwed through and through. You're completely scuppered in this scenario. Completely scuppered. As you see, the Stork's coming through. The battery immediately in some trouble. The Adepts will take some shots as well. Battery will end up being killed off already, so it's not going to last very long at all. More hits coming through. Just going to have ourselves Storkers continue to control this forward area just for a couple of moments as well. So just taking good control of this. The Adept's going to step through into this natural. So Mindel VK looking for a chance to maybe get a little bit more damage done again. The Stalkers will join up together. Mindel VK will just say GG. This one is going to get wrapped up pretty darn quickly. Not much else to add to this, guys. Art is going to take a Game 1 victory because, again, you can't take that previous fight as Mindel and be in any sort of an okay position coming out of this. That's just not how StarCraft 2 is going to work, unfortunately. So that is that, and Art will go up on map in this best of 5. We've got 10,000 feet coming up here for Game 2 of this series. And get this ready to go. These players are not wasting time getting into this next one. We get ready to go. You thought I got lost in Where Winds Meet? Oh, because the last time I streamed I did the sponsor. No. I just took a couple days off. Don't worry. Fear not. How to train your YouTube channel? It is a bit like that, man. Like... It's like you gotta train your YouTube channel to sit. It's like you can't expect it to understand the word sit if you never train it to sit, you know? Game number 2, Mindel VK in the bottom right hand side is taking on Art in the upper left hand side of this PvP, the OSC Championship 13. So many trophied winners across the years. We have a graphic for it. I'll show you guys, if not today, at some point, because at this point, I don't know if we're going to get downtime again today, because we might just be going. is oftentimes what happens in these events at this point. But we obviously have a lot of fabled champs. I mean, you go all the way back to the OG OSC Championship. Pig was the winner back in the day, and Pig was still a pro, and he was rocking the online circuit himself. Amazing to think how many years we've been doing OSC for. I mean, I think we've done the OSC Championship every year since, I think we figured this out one year. It was like 2017 was our first one, so we've been doing this for like 8 years now. It's just a mainstay on our channel in the month of January. Like, if it's January on WardiTV, you're probably watching OSC Championship, you know? Like, that's just where we are at. That's just what happens, which is amazing because, you know, we love that. I love consistency, and this event definitely gives us consistency at the start of every year, so glad to be back with it. Like I say, Challenger brackets over the next week or so. January 6th will be the first official championship day, and we start getting everything played out and everything, so yeah, be excited for all of that. It should be an absolute bundle of fun. I'm absolutely looking forward to it, so hopefully you guys are looking forward to it as well. Finally coming down, Cybercore on the way through as we take a couple of moments and get ourselves set up right here. It's just seeing what we can find for ourselves for, like I say, a couple of moments right now. Getting set up and ready. We're just going to come around the top side and try and see a little bit of what's going on as well. It's just, again, a little bit of a check-in to see what's happening. So excited for that. Hell yeah, no, it's going to be good. Like I said, obviously we've got more WardiTV Mondays as well. I'm going to be working on my proper schedule soon, so I'll have more updates for you guys just in general shortly, but I only don't have it yet because we're kind of... I just know I've got OSC Championship going on, and I'm taking a little bit of a quiet couple of days myself. Like I say, soon I'll have a lot more info for you guys in terms of what's happening, what's going on, what StarCraft is going to be on the month of January. It's going to be a bit of a quieter month in December. We streamed a lot in December. I need a quieter month myself personally, but there's still going to be a lot. And a lot of the time, a quieter month usually means we still stream most days. We're just not streaming like 7 or 8 hours a day like we did in December as well. So we're still going to have pretty much daily StarCraft 2. We're just not going to be doing like 7-hour championship days, which is what a majority of our December was taken up by, right? So, yeah. Alright, Stalkers poking Nexus on both sides of the map once again here as Art looks to establish again winner of this best of 5, qualifies into the Ladder Legends Championship bracket. So a little heads up for you guys on all of that. Let's take a couple of moments. Again, Nexus coming through on both sides, Twilight Council coming over. And Twilight Council about to complete. The Nexus on the way through on both sides of the map. That Blink will be coming online as well. So we get Blink on the way from both. A couple Stalkers here from Art. And we are going to see the Stalker Sentry underneath is going to get the hallucinated Phoenix that tries to move through as well. A couple of force fields will come down. So we will just have ourselves setting up for that right off the bat. And the Blink coming on both sides. Is going to be seeing the Stalker still producing through. Got a lot of this coming online right now. So again, just some bits and pieces coming about right here. Take a few moments. Been in beast mode the whole of December. Yeah, I know. I really have been. The thing is as well, some months we do like a lot of streaming. But like there's a good mix of what we see. Whereas in December, I feel like we did a lot of streaming and every freaking day was just stacked with great games and like high energy. I mean, December is kind of our month. Like we try and own it in December, so yeah. I feel like we did a great job of it this year. A couple more streams after this one, wrap December up, and then like I say, on to January. But we'll be a little bit more chilled out. Trying to de-stress a little bit. De-stress, get some things on the go. Look forward to World Home Story Cup as well. I'm away a couple weekends. Like end of January into February is a little bit of a rough time because I'm away for a couple of Pokemon tournaments as well as Home Story Cup. So I'll be having a little bit of a quieter period around then. But like I say, there's still going to be a lot of StarCraft for you guys. I mean, at the end of the day, anytime I talk about all this stuff, at the end of the day, the answer or the reality is that like there's still going to be a lot of StarCraft at the end of it all, right? So, yeah. Yeah. We're just going to have ourselves the charge and the +1 upgrade all coming through. We're just going to have ourselves a couple more Stalkers warping in. Immortal and the Stalker coming up as well, so we bring that straight into play here. It's looking pretty cozy, 50 workers apiece. The upgrades are looking very similar across the board as well, which is good to see. So things genuinely do look pretty settled down right now. I can say pretty happy to see that so far. Let's have our Stalkers getting underneath and an Observer going to get grabbed pretty swiftly there too. Just making a little nap on that, and yeah, no one really looking to make a move just yet here on 10,000 feet in this PvP. Hard on the map with a few Stalkers, having that blink and getting on the map with it. His opponent has blink too, so like I say, it's not like you're playing something here which you have and your opponent just doesn't. Just he feels comfortable enough to kind of get on the map and try and do something with this is seemingly the case. He's going to find a pylon on the edge, but the reality is that this game is too close to just kind of really go about kind of doing things here or anything, right? So yeah, real talk is we're just not going to find that much damage right now. Like, we're going to get some work done. Same as these Adepts, they find some workers, but it's going to keep the game fairly even. I mean, if anything, we actually did need to get some workers here because we were behind on the work account, so that just helped to level things out a little bit. How do you guys play late game PvT these days since the Storm change? As far as I see in tournaments, you don't see P win any against Terra in late game. You should watch Classics games. Classic has been the dominant Protoss. A bunch of Classics games just lately on the channel, pretty much any Classic PvT. And some of them do go late game as well, so definitely answering the question too is definitely the case. That's a factor. So yeah, I would say watch Classics games. He seems to be the PvT king right now. Wardy, do you prefer to sing God Save the King or God Save the Queen? I actually identify as a StarCraft nationalist, so I actually prefer to sing, you know, Terran Save Us from the Zerg. But otherwise, if we're forced to sing the British national anthem, then no real preference, to be honest. Yeah, no real I mean, I guess the factually correct one, so the current one. Just doesn't really make much difference to me otherwise, you know. God Save the Marine, yeah, that works. Are there gods in StarCraft though? Is there a lore thing? Is there like a god in StarCraft too? Is that like religion, or is it just like is it ever brought up or just not mentioned at all? I've never really thought about this. Is there StarCraft religion? I mean, at the very least, there's got to be like some cult that thinks the Zerg or some overmind's coming to save them or something, you know, like. If by breaking out here, a little bit of Archon's on Zealot action. Archon Zealot is going to be the kind of the be all and end all of this, right? If your Archons break through your opponent's Zealot count, you're going to have a good time. And Ar is just taking a good fight, despite being down on the upgrade lead as well. Like, his fight is just going way better for him. So things definitely looking very, very up for him right now. In these early few moments, it's going to be seeing those few Zealots still trying to get forward on toward a couple of those sentries. A couple of force fields come down in the background as well. Again, the +2 attack upgrade coming in as a part of this. The Prism and the extra Zealots and High Templar all coming through too. Again, still got more Archon and Immortal coming up right now. And the rest of this army just gathering into the top side as we figure out what exactly comes next for us here. Again, still got that +3 attack upgrade coming about as well as everything else. Take a couple moments. I mean, at this point, Art is going to get on the map, just win the fight. Now he's going to actually equalize upgrades too, so he's going to have equal upgrades if he forces another fight here, so it's going to go even better for him. But he'll be the aggressor, so we'll see if he can find himself into a nice aggressive position and really make something happen of this. Is going to be our question mark pretty much, so get that on the way, get this started in the next couple of moments. Stalkers, Zealots, everything kind of getting underneath the Prism, taking a couple of shots right there. Again, +3 attack coming through. The Stalker's still going to try and fight as we come straight across, put a little bit more pressure down just for these next few moments. So again, getting a little bit more into this just for now. Get that on the go. +3 attack coming through alongside everything else. Taking a couple of moments. Be seeing the rest of this army all setting up. Just going to be seeing the big fight breaking out. Are definitely having the numbers. And feels as though he's just going to have enough. I mean, the Archons are going down. You saw the battery recharge there, but it's just not saving enough of these units right here. And this really is looking as though we are going to have ourselves a pretty decisive fight. I mean, Art... Well, I actually felt like it. The last few moments he's getting turned away. He needs another round of Zealots to get in front. His tech units right now taking the brunt of the damage. I thought this was going to be decisive, and then just as I started to really point it out, things turned a little bit, so Intel actually makes a pretty good defense for a couple of moments. I mean, Art's about to finish +3 attack. I much prefer having that over the armor upgrades. That should be a big deal in the long term here. Should be a factor. +3 attack is coming up. The Archon's on the way through. The Simulators and the Probes coming out as well. See more Simulators is coming about. The Zealot and the +3 attack upgrade from Mindel VK going to come over as well here right now. I really thought Art had that. Like, I really felt like he was overwhelmed, but I think he just missed a round of Zealots that he needed to kind of keep himself in it for just a little bit longer. I think that's where the disaster in the end kind of came from, just a teeny tiny bit. You see a few more Zealots and that Immortal coming through. The Archon still coming up, +3 attack upgrade building through as well, so... And lots of the juicy goodness coming online right now. Just going to be having ourselves the... First, I'm going to try and get into the main base currently, so... I'm going to try and get straight in over there. It's going to be nearby, just going to go turning around and trying to fight against this. And Prism on the way up, the shield upgrade coming through as well. Just gonna have our Dark Shrine, a couple High Templars, and the +3 attack upgrade also coming straight about right now, so... Yeah, it's getting a lot of this up and rolling. We do see the Zealots are gonna take a chance to jump forward. There's gonna be Art still warping in. Kill 11 probes, and with those 11 probes going down, looking to keep on capitalizing in these next few moments. Again, Prism still building through, the shield's coming about. Dark Shrine on the way in as well, and that's just going to add to your options. I like that Mindel VK style as a pylon on the map, and is at least trying to get some pressure going. You got to do something, right? Like, at the end of the day, if you're not doing anything here, it's going to start being a disaster for you very quickly. And Dark Shrine coming through, the Gateway and the Immortals coming up. Just going to be seeing the Zealots still getting active onto that mineral line, so a few probes will go down. Art's just going to dive forward. He's already knocking down this base, but a lot of his units are getting caught, kind of busying themselves on the base that was in the back there, so missing some damage, and also his Zealots are entering the Archon grinder. These Archons power overwhelm so hard, and they do get rid of those Zealots very quickly if given the right opportunity, and a lot of those Zealots went down quick. It's just there's just not enough coming through from Mindel in the end. It looks as though Art is going to be good enough to establish the 2-0 lead in this best of 5. And looking to join Mana as our first couple players qualified into the lower bracket of the OSC Championship. GG is called, and Art will take Game 2 of this best of 5 series. Alright, so up 2, and looking to move through. I want to try and have a peek at the OSC Championship bracket. I was just wondering if anyone... yeah, the bracket won't be established yet because the mid-season playoffs are still coming. So, yeah, mid-season playoffs are still coming because we're going to be casting that in a couple of days' time. That's our Tuesday content. The rest of this, the rest of the OSC mid-season playoffs. Very exciting. Very exciting. Who's in those mid-season playoffs, actually? Let's have a look. OSC mid-season playoffs, too. So, on... Oh, that's a fun day. So, on Tuesday, guys, we're going to be covering the rest of the OSC mid-season playoffs, and that's going to feature Jun versus Christiana, the winner playing against Spirit in the winner playing against Spirit in the lower bracket, and then in the upper bracket finals, it's Solo versus MaxPax. That really is a pretty cool combination. of players. So we're going to be doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 series. 4 best of 5s and a best of 7. Oh, that's going to be a juicy stream. I love it. Damn, Tuesday looking good. I'm well into that. Yes, sign me up. Never mind, I'm already signed up. Even better. Preemptively signed up for StarCraft 2. Alright, just waiting for Dave. He needs a moment. No worries on that one, so we'll just give him a sec, and we'll be back on track here, guys, to get more action on the way. Hell yeah. Alright, Tyler Citadel coming up for our map number 3. Art with the 2-0 lead. Looking to take it down. Let's see if he can do it. See what happens as we get ready to rock and roll in these next few moments. Getting this up and rolling, guys, momentarily. Yeah. Going again. Perfect. Just press the buttons properly. Love it. Alrighty, we have ourselves in the bottom right-hand side. The player who's up 2-0, it is Art. And in the top left, our red Protoss player is going to be Mindel VK, looking to bring it back from a 2-0 deficit. Not going the way he wants it to so far. I think it's very fair to say. Like I say, we will see if we can bring it back. Pylon's coming up, probes on the way. Just going to see the pylon dropping down there. Up the front, just gonna have ourselves a couple gates coming through, the probes producing. We get ourselves settled down for, like I say, first couple moments of this, figuring out just how things are gonna go. Over the course of this one. A couple gateways coming about. Just going to be seeing the assimilator coming through, the probes in production. See you later, Grape Juice. Thanks for dropping by. Have a good one. As we get ourselves settled in. Cyber core is going to drop down already. Put that into place. And just get things settled. Nothing crazy just yet. 2 gateways each. We have seen both players expanding every time, and we don't see a pylon or anything on the map just yet, but I was wondering if maybe we see, especially Mindel, maybe wants to actually mix it up. I mean, does not feel as though like he's benefiting from letting these games develop into longer scenarios or longer games, right? So if that's the case, maybe we should try and do something perhaps about that. Seeing the Stalker Sentry going to be the choice from both initially, so that's going to be our starting point here. Pick things up a little bit, and yeah. So that Wolf Gate coming through as well. Let's just get that on the go. Top of everything else. Stalker all gathering up together. Just going to be seeing a couple stalkers coming through. The warp gate is coming up as well. So yeah, we got a little bit of everything on the way out. Sentry building as well. And our probe ready to drop down the Nexus. So in the next few moments, I would imagine. There's our Nexus coming straight into play. And I would imagine, like I say, the same thing's going to happen over here in the next few moments as well. So expecting that to happen coming up shortly. Stalkers will chase. That probe going to get pushed up back for a couple of moments. So again, trying to see what else we can do. Somebody's and the Stalker going to come about at the same time. And yeah, Twilight Council coming up. The Nexus on the way from both as well. Just got all of that on the way in here currently. Setting that into place. Now the 2 Adepts coming about. That Twilight Council coming in. So a lot of this just coming straight online right now. Into action, as you have those Adepts about to finish up. They're going to make that move across here for the next couple of moments. Again, that blink coming into play right now as well, so it'll be blink from both players. And the Adepts will threaten, but they're not going to get anywhere just yet, so nothing really too notable in that regard just for now as our blink continues through. Get the couple probes coming online. Oh, this just continuing up. Those Adepts still looking to shade by for a moment or so. Focus Sentry will do its duty. A couple of Stalkers going to ping away through the pylon as well, so got a little bit more of that going for the second or so. Let's see where we end up with this. We do have Hallucination moving over. Again, blink coming up on both sides. Robo Facilities coming into play. The Nexus will be building. So yeah, blink coming in from both. As the Nexus going down already. And drop a couple of the pylons down. Still got the Robo Facilities coming through too. That blink just coming about, and we have ourselves Sentry, Stalker gathering together. Hallucination comes back over. The Stalker and Sentry is going to be there. Hallucination will be KO'd right off the bat. And just, I mean, building the +1 attack upgrades. We got the third Nexus on the way from both as well. Obviously, Arts is a little bit faster here already, so I mean, there really is just a just a very normal game of SC2 at the moment, to be plain and simple with you. Everything is looking heckin' normal early on. So yeah, things looking pretty standard right now as we take a few more moments. Going to be seeing a couple gates coming up, charging the +1 coming about as well. And the Immortal coming by. Forge continue to get the +1 attack upgrade through with everything else. Again, the Stalkers and the Sentries continue to gather in. Extra gates all coming through. Again, charging the +1 coming up as well. Just some nice passive PvP at the moment, huh? Really not a lot going on. Stalkers and Sentries push the Hallucination down. We do see a couple more Zealots going to get warped in as well here from Mindel. Just going to get both of those on the way out immediately. Again, extra Zealots going through. The +1 attack and that charge coming in from both. Stalkers will move around a second or so, and again, look to kind of dance about. Art in position to maybe try and do something, but the defense is looking pretty fine here. I don't think anything is really going to come of this right now. Mindel should not allow Art forward. And we have our Prism just coming up from both players, so you see the idea going to continue through. Nice Adept's going to force these workers away, so again, Art is the player who's succeeding. I didn't at first feel as though that was going to be an opportunity available, but yeah, the Stalker's distracted on the right side. Bam, Adept's in the natural. The entire natural mineral line has to be pulled away from. So that's a lot of lost mining time. Like, that really does add up. Like, that's a lot of lost mining time right there. So that's a big deal. That's a big factor. And you see the Zealots and so coming back through as well. Just going to see a couple more getting warped in right away here. So again, bring that straight up. The Zealots coming through. There's going to grab a probe for a moment or so. And still trying to make something happen, getting into that right side. Going to use a couple of force fields to try and zone Art away. Give him a chance at this third base of his opponent. Art with that gold in the bottom left, so has a bit of a recovery plan in case this does continue to go downhill, which, I mean, he's going to have to give up this next, but like I say, he's got the gold base at least, so he does maintain some income. Mindel has to be careful because if he doesn't realize that gold base is up, when you start playing as though...
Game paused.
Going to be a pause here. If you start playing as though there's no gold base and there is, you know, or you think you're like in a leading position in this game, that can obviously, like I say, go very wrong very quickly. So this could be a dangerous scenario we plan on into over the next little bit of time. So it'll be interesting to see how exactly that goes. See what happens here. As Mindel VK tries to fix that lag. and get us back on track with this one.
Game resumed.
Alright, nice quick fix. Let me get back to it. As you see, the Nexus is going to get charged upon, so an attempt at the third base. So the thing is like you make this look like you're trying to retake the third. Now, it looks kind of bad for you, but like I say, you got the pylon. So you got the Nexus on the bottom left side. The pylon on the main base goes down. It's going to depower a bunch of gates. Mindel VK's army is just overwhelming right now. Art is unable to kind of stay in control of this situation, and this is getting straight up out of hand at the moment. So we are getting into a bit of a troublesome spot right here. I mean, at this stage, does Mindel VK actually just straight up win? Never mind that gold base and everything else that's going on. He is just trading way better, and Art is not going to be able to restrain his opponent. And that is going to be a map on the board then for Mindel VK. And we do what we did not look as though we were going to be able to do for a hot second or two here. That is going to be big. Mindel VK takes map 3 of this best of 5. And we have ourselves a series on our hands. It's not going to be a wash. It's not going to be a walkover or anything like that. It's going to be very, very nice. Love it. All right. We're going to get straight to more StarCraft here. Just waiting for our lobby to come online, and we'll get this into play for you guys as you're watching some OSC Challenger Bracket with us today. Appreciate you guys. Alright, and I'll be waiting for Mindel VK in a couple of seconds. Need to check something out, so give me one moment, guys. Payment issue. I just want to try and check on quickly if I can. Alright, take you in game, 1 sec. Okay, sorry, 1 sec, just sorting something out quickly. Cool. Alright, in the bottom left-hand side, we are going to have ourselves some action with the Pink Protoss, who is still up in the series 2-1. It is Art taking on Mindel VK in the upper right-hand side to get this ready to go. Alright, Cybercore coming through, and Gate coming up. Get this ready to rumble. We'll see what happens here in just a couple moments. So again, get this up and rolling. And Cyber Claws coming through, probes on the way. Old Republic our map. Say get this one started out here and see what will happen for game number 4. So Mindel VK able to get a map win, big situation, big dub, big result. Let's see what happens next. Stargate coming through, the Adept and the Stalker coming about, Warp Gate being added on for now. Just gonna see the probe nibbling away there as well. Still got that Warp Gate coming up also. And yeah, just gonna see the Adept gonna continue to come about there, trying to get in after the Stalker for a couple moments. Stalkers, Sentry, I'm going to come across. Adept will be chased. Just going to see the Adept coming up toward the high ground. And yeah, the Adept going to come back down the low ground. Vortex still coming through. Again, the Warp Gate and the Nexus all coming up. A couple Stalkers and the Sentry through to the bottom left-hand side. Put some pressure on here. Stalkers and Sentry just gather as we have a bit of defense. The Void Ray from Art. I mean, this is the Nexus from his opponent, so a Void Ray, I mean, I guess it will help, but like, it's not something you should have to build in this situation, which is obviously going to make this not an ideal scenario that you are having to then do this anyway. It's not a great, like I say, really not great that you're seeing this happen. Now this Void Ray is maybe going to go down as well. My goodness, it just about gets away, which, like I say, becomes very important in the end as you see the Stalkers and the Sentry gathering up. Stalker's going to try and fight back. That Void Ray is still low. Hard will defend, but I still feel like this was quite a costly defense. He's going to lose the Void Ray if he's not careful. My god, he is playing with fire, but fire does not burn him, apparently. Not yet, at least. Not yet, at least. Blink still coming through. Continue to get that going. See what comes in these next couple moments then. As I reset a little bit, I'm just going to be seeing the Blink on the way through. The couple probes coming by. Stalkers going to break out the pylon, and our low ground expansion is now mining a lot more comfortably than it was doing so previously, so that's going to be feeling good. And just go and drop our gateway down on that main base, just get that into place. A couple of probes still coming through then, get that on the way. Void Ray coming up as well, so we continue to get that going for the moment. Get that online. Yeah, Blink coming up on both sides. Just going to be seeing those gates coming through. I mean, Mindel VK has a gate on the bottom side of the map, so definitely looking to get a bit aggressive here. Wants to apply some pressure in this situation. So we get that set straight up. The Stalkers and the Sentry can start to move straight forward here. And drop a pylon down over on the side as well. And the Stalkers and the Sentry will move around a little bit. That Blink is now finishing, so we get Blink completed. We look to see where we go in these next couple of moments. Stalker's going to walk in. I mean, that's an instant Void Ray kill. Not sure we're super concerned about losing the Void Ray, but it does indeed still happen. Now these Stalkers getting jumped on. A couple kills coming through already. Yeah, Nexus, a couple gates, and the Stalkers all coming up. Battery coming down there as well. We will see Stalkers now going to approach this Nexus. It's going to take some damage. Can Art get a defense for himself? He's a little bit of armor supply behind. Obviously, his opponent's going to reinforce into this quickly. Stalker stepping through. Pylon going down. We're going to try and build up these batteries, but it doesn't look super great. I mean, can we get enough Stalkers together here? Like I said, Mindel VK is cranking out units ASAP. At this point, trying to get more into play. The Stalkers will pressure in, going to blink through. A couple Stalkers begin to go down. A lot of damage being done. A lot of Stalkers are dropping. Damage really is being done right here. Stalker after Stalker going down at the moment. That Nexus in some trouble. We'll have ourselves a couple more shots, and those Stalkers still taking a few more hits at this current point in time here. couple of batteries will come about as well. GG's in the end, and that is going to be just doing it apparently. So GG's, Mindle VK going to take too much, and it's going to be 2-2 all of a sudden. We are going to a game 5 of this series. So we are going to go all the way to game 5. Let's get this one ready to roll. Alright guys, get this on the way. Alright, game 5. Love it. We're going to go some distance in here. Big fan of that. Ruby Rock going to be our 5th map as well. Love that even more. Let's get this rolling. Perfecto. 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 Cool. Let's get into it, guys. Sorry. There we go. So from a 2-0 lead, now down. And hurting a little bit, to be fair. Like, this is not a fun position to be in at all. This is going to be hard. On the top left-hand side, in some trouble. Because now momentum is against you. The first couple games look so convincing for him. And then all of a sudden, some faster games go against you. And that feels really bad. So I've got to try and get things back on track here. Going up against the Protoss in the bottom right from is going to be Mindle VK. Alright, gate coming up, Assimilate's coming through. Settle into Ruby Rock here and get this started. I feel like if you build a Void in this matchup, you deserve to lose. I think building a Void Ray against pressure like that specifically is kind of doomed, right? Like, you're building a Void Ray defensively against someone who's expanding while pressuring. Like, you shouldn't need a Void Ray in that situation. I think that's where that last game already got very messy for Ark. I feel like he felt like it was a one-base pressure, so he built a Void. He barely held on even with the Void. He was lucky to keep the Void alive. I mean, things were just getting out of control super quickly there for sure, so that was a big issue. And do you see our Cybercore, our Gateway, our Probes, all continuing up for the moment, bringing that online. And that going, Cybercore's coming through, Probes in production. Again, sentries, all gates coming up. We've seen a probe nibbling at the other probe for a couple of seconds as well. It's just going to get through for a little bit of value, nothing too crazy. Just a couple of nibbles, obviously pylon blocking to try and slow things down. These two have been very expansion focused, and that seems to be the goal here again right about now. So we're going to try and set this up once more. Again, there's the sentry gathering up. The Nexus on the way through. I'm just going to be seeing a couple sentries coming about. The Warp Gate on the way by. We just have ourselves the Nexus continuing to build from both players. The battery's coming up. Nexus on the way through. Again, the hallucinations flying past each other for a couple seconds as well. Let's just get that settled in. A couple more of those sentries playing the nibbling game. I see that Twilight Council will continue into play as well right here. So again, Twilight Council from both sides. You're going to see the Nexus continuing through. The Wolf Gate being added on as well at the moment. those few sentries will just gather in a couple gates and they begin to morph as well. So again, we get that set right off the bat. Again, the blink will stop. The 2 Stalkers coming up. Take a few moments. The Nexus will finish. The probe still building outward. Hallucination checks across the map to see a bit more of what's going on there as well, but honestly, the answer is not much of anything just yet for the moment. Hallucination around the right side. Hallucinated probe moving about as well. Still got that blink coming up for the moment. Robo facility and the probes coming across. Assimilator coming into play. See with the blink coming in on both sides, we get into that kind of action-packed kind of stage of this game. So we're very close to that happening. Very close to getting that already. Well, Stalkers coming through as well. And yeah, that blink just coming online. X is coming by. Stalkers and the sentries get moving. And repositioning just for a couple of seconds. Forge on the way up. Gate on the way through. Adding the Nexus in as well. So again, little bits of everything coming by just for the moment. These Stalkers and the sentries just going to get there as well, so they're going to put a bit more pressure on too. So, and a little bit of extra value for the moment, as we just see the couple of Adepts are going to come about, so they're going to get moving along. And yeah, the Forge coming up, charge on the way out. Just bringing, like I say, some bits of this and some bits of that online for now. I see the Stalker Sentry going to pop some Force Fields and Guardian Shield. Not a bad fight. We actually get a bit of a jump in this. Art in some trouble, losing a bunch of these Stalkers right off the bat. Art, man, momentum is so against him right now. 2 games in a row, and now in this game 5, he's starting to lose it a little bit as well. Damage is being taken, to say the least, right here. As you can see, our Stalkers and the Sentry still gathering up. The battery coming through as well. A couple more shots coming around. Just going to see the couple of Stalkers poking away onto some of these probes. A little bit more action coming about. The Immortal and the Charge coming through on both sides here currently, so we get that going. Uh-oh. A couple Stalkers end up blinking away. Yeah, extra gates all coming up. The Immortal and the Charge in production as well. Still got that +1 attack upgrade coming through too. Just gonna see extra gates coming down once again here. Still got ourselves the Charge and the +1 coming up for the moment, so it's a lot of gates, it's a lot of upgrades being brought into play as we speak. +2 attack is on the way up as well from Mindel VK, so just bringing that straight through. Gonna get that in position right away. And a few Stalkers hanging about, a few more Warpins coming straight down, so again, we get a lot more of this in production. +2's on the way for Mindel. Army supply lead is there from Ard, but Mindel's going to be the aggressor, so going to be the one to try and step forward and to potentially try and make something out of this, so definitely looking for opportunity here at the moment. As we have a few more Warpins, a little bit of back and forth taking place. +1 attack upgrade, that Prism coming online as well, and Mindel VK running up that left-hand side to try to step over here already, so just moving straight in position. Look at what we can try and do. A couple of shots coming about, some damage being done already. A lot of units that are going to charge on forward. The Zealot count is looking good. No Archons in this army, so the Zealots are going to really dominate, right? Like, this is really one of those scenarios where Zealots just do so well for themselves. Because there's just nothing to stop them. If these Zealots get into the mineral line, Art's dealing with it decently. You can see Mindel VK's army just gets wiped off the board. And is that going to open Art up to win this series in the end? I think it very well might be. I think that may very well be exactly what we're talking about right here, to be honest. As again, we see +2 coming up, bringing that online, getting that on the go. And this all into play currently. Extra gates just going to come warping in alongside everything else. Yeah, I'm getting the feeling that we are probably looking good for Art after a couple of rougher games. He gets himself back on track and looks to close this out now. Coming straight through. Results the Stalkers pulling by a couple of immortal shots. Coming in as well. I mean, +2 is about to finish from Mindel VK. Does that save you from a 30 army supply deficit? Absolutely not. I would be shocked and horrified if it did. Let's see if maybe there is some shock and horror in my near future. As a few probes and zealots pull in. A couple of those zealots go back the other way. I mean, yeah, Art just jumps in. One battery is not going to do enough healing here at all. Obviously, he's got a couple of more in the back that are just going to be good chunky units. They're maybe not amazing against the zealots, but they're just extra damage output. And that's the thing. There's not a lot of extra damage output at all coming in from Mindel. I love the High Templars. The Archons are so necessary. By the time we get these Archons, they're going to be taking all of the damage. They're going to be a complete priority from Art just to get rid of. No question to be asked. We just work our way straight through this, and that is going to be GG. Art advances into the OSC Ladder Legends Championship bracket. And that is going to be Mindel VK dropping down to the 3rd place matchup, which will come through next, which will be between himself and GG Machine, who, honestly, GG Machine was looking brutal earlier. He was looking so good. I would not love to be Mindel right now, having to take him down, otherwise have to face more qualifier action on another day. So that's where we're at. I think we're at a point where it's going to come down to, well, it is going to come down to this match now. We know exactly where we're at. We know exactly what's coming up next. And if I'm going to be honest, my preference is 100% going to be on... yeah, my preference is 100% going to be on our boy GG Machine. He looked great so far today. Like, he looked amazing. And do you think he's a little bit better right now than Mindel VK? But we'll see if Mindel VK can prove me wrong. There's definitely no guarantee in that in the slightest. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what takes place. Get ready to go. Just run some ads to make sure we're clear. We can get ready to start off. Beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful. Let's get the new 200+ subs treed up. Well, I'm sorry, the tree only gets decorated up until December 24th. That's the last day for the tree. Sorry, new subs. Oof, saved myself a few decorations there, didn't I? Saved myself a few decorations there, jeez. Yeah. Predictions. Thank you so much for keeping me on top of it. I really appreciate it. Alright, Art 1. And it is Mindel VK versus GG Machine up next. As our 3rd place matchup. 3rd place finisher today does also qualify, hence the reason for the 3rd place match. Imagine writing 200 cards all at once. To be fair, we didn't put... When we gift subs to the community, we don't put them on the tree, because of exactly that. A, it takes a lot of time, and B, a lot of the time, the people who get gifted subs are not necessarily there in the chat, so putting them on the trees just like a, Which is why this year, if someone gifted multiple subs, we gave them like an extra decoration, and you know, like that's what the little balls are for. They're like additions because people gifted subs on top of just going on the tree. So it works better this way. We did it where we gave every single sub a decoration once. Never again. I literally spent more time writing than I did casting StarCraft that month. And I mean, you should never complain about money, but yeah, it was a thing. It was a thing. Yes, Wardy, I'm glad to see you're alive. Was there a danger that I was not going to be alive? I did not realize this was a topic. I know I didn't cast StarCraft for a couple of days, guys. It's called a day off. You know, I thought casting every day up to and including December 25th. Kind of self-explained that we'd probably take a couple of days off after, you know. Thought that one might be fairly self-explanatory. This is the best of 5 to wrap up our day. Mindel VK top left, GG Machine bottom right are going to be our 2 players. Third place match, winner qualifies. Let's see what we get as we go into this one. Hell yeah. Yeah, right now 200 decorations would have been miserable, I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, like, it's so funny, but like, I enjoy doing it, and it's not like right now someone's name on a tag takes a lot of effort and stuff, and this year was a lot better because we actually got rid of the... we didn't do as many of the decorations that have, like, strings. We did a lot more... even if the ones had strings, we did a lot more of just taking the decorations and doing some other things with them and stuff. So yeah, we kind of took a little bit of a different approach this year in terms of what we did and so on and so forth. In the sense of, I just used the hook, so it was a little bit easier. So it was a little bit less invested time on each and every decoration. But man, there's something nice about just when someone subs not having to be like, my first thought being, oh, let's just go, grab a thing and a pen and write your name out and hook you up. Like, even that takes a few seconds. Like, it's nice to just be able to focus on the StarCraft a bit. Are you still on the tree? If you are on the tree originally, you are still on there. No one got removed. A few people fell on the floor, but that's kind of just part of the tree at this day and in this day and age. So, yeah. Link speed coming about. Get set up there for a couple of moments. Just bring that through as you have our Stargate, Nexus, and so all coming up. So we take a couple of seconds to get that into position. You remember what the tree started out like? Yeah, no, the tree starting versus the tree finishing is genuinely very cool. I mean, obviously I get to see it in person, and like, it's funny because I'm making YouTube VODs right now of like, even like, I'm like right now I'm on like, say, the second week of December, and like even the second week of December this thing looked freaking barren, and now there's not a position on this tree that isn't filled, so it's really sick to see the progress of the tree. It really is very cool. Very, very cool. I think it's more impressive that we actually do it to get it so full just with people who, like I say, not with like filling it with gifted subs. Like in the past, filling it with gifted subs like, hey, we're going to make this thing look crazy. But we don't even need all the gifted subs to make it look crazy anymore, That's how crazy it is now. Crazy business. Alright, Overlord moving around and get settled for a couple moments here as we figure a couple of things out. Feeling's gonna get out across to the sides just for a moment or so and get ourselves set up. That link speed coming by, getting that underway and seeing what will happen next here. So just bringing a lot of this through, getting set up, having ourselves a Resonating Glaive is going to be the choice of Mindel VK, so looking to glaive it up for a bit of pressure early on in this one is going to be the choice right now. I should know this, but I don't. What's our main race? Terran. Hence all the very obvious Terran bias all the time, I know, it's disgusting. Can't help it, though. Cannot be helped. Glaive's coming up. Rotor on the lag coming through. Got a lot of that setting up right now. Take a few moments. Yeah, Glaive's coming about. Ling's in that lair coming through, so a lot of this just coming online, bringing a lot of stuff, while little different bits and pieces up and running for the moment here, so and we get a lot of that coming straight on through. And just figuring out where we are going next. The Adept's going to take their shade down, so just going to try and get in position and make something happen here. Those Lings get over that right-hand side, and again, just have ourselves Everything else going through. The couple of Adepts are going to fire glaives going off onto the Queens. Ling's going to get a wraparound. Adepts going down already, so again, finding some damage right off the bat here. He's going to be seeing those Adepts still being chased. Do you see the rest of these Adepts getting jumped on? The drones are going to pull across. We're going to try and jump into this as well. We are going to be seeing 10 drones going down. It's pretty big damage taken. We have a lot of units coming out of this. We did deal with this quickly, so you lose 10 drones, but it's a very quick cleanup, which does have its value, right? Like, cleaning up quickly means you can get across the map, you can stop building units straight away. Like, there's a lot of benefits to that for sure right now. As we see just a lot more Lings still running across to the other side of the map just for the moment. Ling's looking to wrap around. A couple of these Stalkers getting caught. 1, 2, going down pretty much immediately here, and that's nice. Just GG Machine getting some return fire before Blink is available to keep these boys alive. So just getting that return fire in, getting some value out straight away. Putting you into a little bit of a better spot here as that +1 and that Blink continue to come on through. So continue to get that straight on in. Again, Ling's going to move about there. +1 Blink continuing straight over. So again, we're just going to get that put in position straight away here. For now, we do have the... Again, a few more Stalkers, the Robo Bay all coming up as well. So again, bringing a little bit of that online at the moment. The Ravager's still morphing. It's going to morph a bunch of Ravagers in already. The Ling Roach will come up as well. Bring that straight into play. And again, the few Roaches and the Ravagers continue to come straight by for now. So... and this set straight on up, just for the moment. Let's do attack, the Colossus, the extended thermal lens. All of that going to be coming straight by, and we do have ourselves the... having the Void Ray coming about here as well. Just now seeing the Stalkers and the Immortals coming over. And yeah, Link Hydra going to be the choice from GG Machine. I mean, honestly, Colossus are great against the composition we're seeing from GG Machine, but it's going to be a numbers game, and I do think the numbers are very much so there right now for GG Machine compared to Mindal, so I've got to think that that's going to be a bit of a factor here currently. See that hallucination going to come moving back along. It's just going to get set up with that, get that on the go. They get Garuvan straight away here, and the hallucination going to move about. Just going to be seeing the Queen stepping over. Going to get turned around by some of the Stalker sentry there as well, just for a couple of moments. The rest of the Stalkers morphing straight on in there. And we do have ourselves the Roach Ravager Link coming up the left side. A couple of Biles coming out in toward the Immortal already. Now just going to see our +2 attack and that charge coming up as well. Extended Thermal Lance very much so a part of this. And yeah, these Stalkers continue to come on through. The Lings, like I say, will not do much on their own. It really is about this full surging army. If GG Machine doesn't make a move now, yeah, okay. I guess the fact that we're going to be going into that Lurker Den, for example, makes a lot of sense, right? Because now we're going to get the Lurkers up. If you get the Lurkers up, you're just tacking up in this game. Then you don't have to go running into that army. And like I say, I mean, there is tech there that does deny what you're doing, so... makes sense. Again, Roach Ravager still very much so gathering here. And just seeing... and like I say, really just going to look to buy as much time as possible. Make sure that we get to those Lurkers without any further issues. If we can do that, we're going to be pretty happy with the state of things, I would imagine. So I have to say that that does seem like probably one of the better plans things right now. As we continue by. So Colossus gathering about. Just going to be seeing the +2 attack, missiles upgrades, the Roach speed coming about as well. So again, just a lot of that coming straight through for the moment. And those Lurkers coming about, +2 missiles in the melee, all coming online, so we got a lot of that setting up already. Big army from Mindal VK. I mean, I like it. He's attacking before the Lurkers have their upgrades, so you're saying, well, he didn't attack me before, so you're clearly trying to get to something else, so now I'm going to try and put my army in a position to take advantage of that. Good attack from GG Machine. Is going to force the recall, however, you can see the issue, right? He's going to get surrounded, so he's going to try and make the most of this right now. The army comes from the other side. Now, GG Machine will replace this army with better units. And he's going to build a bunch more Hydras, a couple of Vipers as well, and he's going to buy himself some time. But I feel like he would have liked to have had at least a little bit more damage come from this, to be honest. I think you got to look at this and say, well, I can't be overly happy with how things turned out, right? Like, this wasn't super brilliant. Just going to see the Ling, Hydra, Lurker, Roach back around the other side here. Just going to see a few Lings trying to run forward, trying to get set up for now. Take a couple of seconds. You're going to Colossus. That's where the Viper's obviously going to come into play. That's why you kind of need to make sure you have some High Templar in the army. Look for those feedbacks and just try to ensure that they are not going to be able to cause you too many issues across the course of this. So let's keep charging through. The Queen Roach the Queen Roach Hydra doing what it can right there as well. So the Viper's going to get through, drop a Blinding Cloud down. The rest of that army still pushing over. Hydra Roach still pushing in as well. The rest of this army still setting up. Just going to be still chasing the Archon. This is going to get hunted as well right now. Just going to see the Lurker going down. The rest of these Hydra's taking damage. The Colossus still dealing a bunch of shots. Now the upgrade's about to finish. And the rest of these Lurkers still very much so coming around here as well. So again, a lot of that coming through. We do have our Ling, Hydra, Lurker force with the Roaches gathering up as well. Just going to be seeing this big push forward. I mean, Mental VK's army is disappearing. Feels like he's not actually had enough to justify being out on the map here. And that is obviously unfortunate because, yeah, just not what you really love to see. I mean, at this point, everything of Mental VK goes down. I felt like he played a pretty smart game. He hit when he was meant to hit originally. He's not being able to do enough with this army in the later stages. Especially, I think this is kind of one of the issues with the Colossus. Like, they're actually really good at first. But if you don't win the game with Colossus, man, do they just suck once Lurkers are out in better numbers. And now we're still building Colossus. Like, this is the point where I feel like we need Storm and Archons and Immortals. And like I say, the Colossus can be great against like a Hydra, a fast Hydra heavy sort of style of play or so, but in this scenario, this just has not been it, unfortunately, and that is going to be a little bit rough as we just see Hydra, Lurker, Roach, everything gathering. We got ourselves the feeling that Mental VK is tapping out of this game in the next few moments. And we are going to go to game 2 with GG Machine up 1-0 in this best of 5. Alright, so get into that in just a second here, guys. Thank you for joining us today for this OSC Challenger bracket, the Dave Tester Challenger bracket. Now let's go into Ruby Rock for map 2 of this series, kick this straight off. And yeah, GG Machine just able to hold out as long as he needed to get where he needed to be. That's ready to go. Alright, everyone's readying up. Game number 2, GG Machine leads by 1 qualification to the Ladder Legends OSC Championship bracket on the line here as we head into the bottom right corner of the map. Let's start this off with our red Protoss player. This is Mindel VK. Taking on GG Machine, who is up 1 in this best of 5 qualifying matchup. This will be our last series today, guys, so thank you so much for joining us. So we're not done yet, and this is not the last game, but it's our last series. Just want to say thanks for joining us. It's been actually a pretty fun little stream. I mean, it's actually been an awesome stream. We can go look at the support and all of that crazy business, but yeah. Outside of that, it's actually just been some fun games. You never know what you get in these kind of open challenger brackets. I actually think it's always very fun when we get to see a lot of these guys who we just don't see a lot of the time in the bigger events. Like, this is their time to shine. Can they qualify? Can they make it to that bigger OSC championship bracket, So, yeah. Hey, Wardy, what did you get for Christmas? I got a Steam Deck so that I can finally play some games that is away from my computer. That was my big gift. And outside of that, I got to have a couple days off and chill with Ellie and Helen, which was nice. Yeah, I don't really get much else, not really. But yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I don't really need much for Christmas. I have very few hobbies. My hobbies very much so are, well, my life is casting StarCraft 2, and I like playing TCGs, but like, in this day and age, it's impossible to get TCG stuff, so so I don't ask for TCG stuff because I just get it myself, and I mean that's the problem in this day. Like I just buy, if I want something, I usually just buy it myself, so I don't really expect much for Christmas, you know. So yeah. I don't know if that's just a thing of being old and stuff, but like I'm not really like a tat guy. I don't have lots of weird little hobbies you can buy little things for, you know, like if you want to buy something that's useful to me, like, you know, it's like we're talking like a lot of money realistically, and I don't really expect that from anyone, so I don't have a lot of Christmassy expectations most of the time. Which TCGs? I mean, I was mostly into Pokemon originally. Very recently I got into Riftbound. Sorry, there's been a proxy hatch going on. I'm full on reading chat. Very recently I got into Riftbound, which has been some good fun as well. Good fun to change it up, play something different. Amazingly, I've chosen to play both, which are freaking terrible for getting product for, so love that. Yeah, sorry guys. Proxy hatch got dealt with pretty well, I'd say. Let's just have the link speed and so coming up for a little bit of time, so we got that all on the way here. Get that setting up for now. Get that on the way. Depth's is going to step over, hit this hatchery. Riftbound seems great so far. Yeah, it's really good. I mean, like I said, I've not played a lot of TCGs outside of Pokemon, but it's really nice to play something fresh, and I think it's great. Like it's super fun. Like there's so much depth to it. I think it's great, but like obviously product issues and stuff aren't great. But outside of that, like the actual game, it's awesome. I'm super excited to keep diving into it. Although, I'm probably going to put it on hold for a month or so, because I have 2 Pokemon events coming up, so once they're out of the way, I'm probably going to go back and focus on Riftbound, but I'm going to try and not go 0-3 in in my Pokemon journeys. How about Magic the Gathering? I only played Magic the Gathering on the MTG Arena stuff. I did some sponsors for it before. And just... MTG is very deep, and I feel like I don't have a good way to get into it. And, like, I don't want to invest time into it. Like, realistically, I already have very little lifetime for myself. I give myself, like, 1 night a week to go out and play cards, and sometimes a weekend here and there, you know? You know, to go and play cards. I just don't want to invest time into a game that's existed for so long and has so much to it already. I got into Pokemon because I was already into collecting Pokemon cards, so I thought it'd be cool to play, and I really just enjoyed that. And honestly, the reason I got into Riftbound is because my local Pokemon scene's been kind of trash lately, and Riftbound's on the same night, and it's new, and you know, I know League of Legends a little bit, so I know some of the characters at least, even if you know, even if I'm not a big League of Legends guy, I can relate to some of the cards and so on. So yeah, just don't really have much interest in learning MTG because of. Pretty much just because, like I say, it's just a time investment I don't really have time for. Like, I don't need more card games. At all. So, yeah. I also don't need more stuff to spend money on, like... you know, also a positive I should probably bring up is, like, you know, like... Pokemon was kind of cheap, Riftbound's a little bit less cheap. I don't need more expensive TCGs to get into. The problem is I can't half commit to things. I'm one of these people who, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it right, you know? And when I say I'm gonna do it right, I mean like we're doing this, you know, like we're sending this, we're committing. So yeah. Like if we're doing it full on. There's no half measures. And so if we're doing it, and like that does not end well a lot of the time. If I start getting new things, there's no like, oh, I'm just gonna try this out and buy 1 deck and this and that. Like, no. We're all in, baby. We're buying every deck. We're learn how to figure out every single matchup. Like, I'm not messing around, so... Yeah, I really need to not get involved in new things, because that's just healthy. Healthier than going overboard on everything. That's the TLDR. The depths are gonna go shading. We do see a roach and the lings coming up. The blink is on the way here from Mindell, as we just have... a little bit of setting up going on. Same. Yeah. It's like, I can't just buy, like... a booster box and then like build one deck or something, I gotta have everything, you know? I've actually been pretty good at Riftbound. Like, I built one deck, and then I was like, I'll build a second deck that's a bit cheaper. And like, I have like, I opened a bunch of products. I had like a bunch of like the baseline stuff, but I didn't go overboard buying other things. I was just like, no, I'm gonna play this deck. I'm just gonna stick to it. I've been pretty good about that in Riftbound, but like, man, I feel like as soon as set 2 comes out, I'm just gonna be like, I just want to play everything. But I actually think it's being complex enough to kind of keep me interested in just playing one deck too. So, yeah. MTG's been your favorite TCG for a long time, but you mostly just do arena and don't ever really spend on it. You get how it can be daunting to learn. Yeah, I don't even know if it's necessarily daunting to learn as much as it's just like, people have played Magic for so long. There are so many cards in the game, and like I guess Pokemon's the same thing, but like I say, I already had that connection to Pokemon where like that didn't really matter because, like I say, I already collected Pokemon, right? So I already had like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It just feels like it's something where it's like, I just don't feel like I don't have the interest to get invested into it, you know? I suppose is what it kind of comes down to. Yeah. It sounds like I should look into Warhammer. Yeah, that's another absolute nope. Yeah. No, I'm very wary of my addictive personality. Like, if I get into something, like I say, I'm I'm very all or nothing on things. And like, I go through phases as well. Like, I will not touch my Pokemon cards for like 3 months. And then the next time I touch my Pokemon cards, that's it. Like, I am full on Pokemon mode for like 2 months again, like non-stop. I want everything. I want every single thing I can possibly have. Like, you know, I want to attend everything I can go to. I kind of like this with StarCraft as well. Like, I go through periods of like, I want to run all the events. I'm super in, like, StarCraft's different because it's my job as well, right? So there's points where I'm just like, well, I got to do it no matter what. But there are points where I'm 100% more like, man, I want to do all the events. I want to run this. I want to run that. This would be freaking cool. This is a great idea. And then there's other months where I'm like, it's just going to be the WardiTV June Invitational. 16 players, 4-player groups, bog standard tournament, bang, there we go, you know? I just have these different levels of investments at different times. So, yeah. Good to know what you like, honestly. As those Bane lanes are having a good time, rolling on in at the front. There's extra Bane's going to come through as well. A little bit of Ling Roach in the back. I'm just going to be seeing that Stasis Sword popping off as well. As you're going to see a couple Corrosive Vials coming down. More Stalkers just going to warp in, the +2 attack coming through. Again, a lot more Lings on the way from GG Machine, so we get a lot of those being brought up at the moment. As we are going to see a few more Corrosive Vials going to continue in as well. So again, a lot in there, and that is just going to wipe Mindel VK's army. He is going to shut this down, and GG Machine looks like the player that we saw in the first half of this tournament today when we were following his initial run, and he just looked unstoppable. It feels like he's like at that point again. To be fair, he only turned that off against Mana, who arguably is like a step above pretty much everyone else in this bracket. So, yeah, Mindel VK in some trouble. Down 0-2. Brought it to Game 5 against Art after being down 0-2 before, but I really think GG Machine, the way he was playing earlier, like, he looks determined. I think GG Machine might be one of the next players to kind of break out a little bit larger onto the European scene or so, so I guess we'll see if that is going to be true or not. As we get ready to go. Countdown is on. What could be our last game of the day? Yeah, I think it's just important to know what you're like as a person, because, like, I know, it's the same thing when I play certain games when I get sponsored. I'm like, I have to play this for the sponsorship and uninstall it. Like, I do not have the time right now to get into another PUBG era. Because the last time I got into PUBG, I played this game for like 900 hours, you know? Like, I cannot afford to get re-addicted to PUBG, you know? So I played that sponsorship 2 weeks ago. That was great. I had a really good time, and I uninstalled the hell out of that game, and I just did not look back. Because the moment I start playing that game regularly, that's it. I'm just going to lose hours upon hours of doing anything else. And that's fine. Like, it's fine if I enjoy that, right? But at the same time, I just have other things I want to do and other things I want to focus on. And right now, I know I do not have the time to go through a PUBG phase. So, like, I just don't have time for that, you know? So I'm just not getting into it. Not going back there. Mindel VK is going to go into some proxy gates for this game number 3. Arc Raiders is sick if you haven't seen it. I've watched people play it. I actually don't think I'd get super into Arc Raiders. Maybe I would if I tried it, but it doesn't interest me enough to kind of get into it. I really, honestly, my main thing with games is I actually don't really like sitting anything that makes me sit at my PC. I sit at my PC enough. I play RuneScape, and like RuneScape's something I play all the time, but like a lot of the time I can play RuneScape just on my laptop. Like when I'm chilling upstairs, like with Helen or something. That's not really what a lot of other games are. It's like really to play properly you need like keyboard and mouse in front of you, like, and so on. Like, yeah, I get away with a lot of RuneScape because I can just have a mouse connected and it's a clicky game, right? So it's whatever. I can kind of play it anywhere. But like I can't do these other games that are that need me to sit at the PC, which is why I really can't go into a PUBG era, because like I can spend some more time on my PC. I just really shouldn't, you know. So yeah, I don't need anything like that. I don't need anything like that in my life. Now this Mental VK is going to walk in with these first couple of zealots. Let's see what happens here. I mean, this is such a commitment. This just has to be well micro from GG Machine. Don't panic in the moment and pull back, deal with this properly, and this should be extremely manageable. So let's see if that is the case or not here, as this could be a final stand on the day. Let's see. Spine crawl in the back. This is the issue. You start up those spines, and those spines are actually really difficult to get rid of because, like, if you put damage onto them, the Zerg can kind of chase you. Those two Zealots are going to get surrounded here. The Queen's going to be very safe. Lings are going to start getting involved. I mean, two more Zealots show up. It's a lot of Zealots, but man, the Queen from the low ground is going to get pretty involved as well. So that's kind of a big deal already. The spine crawl up. Oh, we just lose the Queen to the probe. It's really kind of sad, actually. There's going to be a spine on the low ground. The Zealots will get onto that. Can we poke through at least one Zealot here? Lings are going to come down to try and capitalize, get rid of one Zealot, and then, honestly, with the damage of the spine crawl, the other Zealot's going to get kind of low. I actually think this is kind of getting held off already, if I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I think we are starting to look at a hold here, in all honesty. I think we're starting to see a hold. And that obviously, I mean, okay, GG Machine's actually down a lot of supply, but he's also, his opponent's completely all in on this, right? So, let's be sensible. Is this actually on the way to being over or not? I mean, GG Machine's down 16 to 36 supply, but he's building a bunch of spines. He is down on drones, which is not great. I honestly thought we were on our way to a defense, and now I am going to take some secondary considerations about that statement. I am not currently convinced that we are. Battery goes down, but it's one base each. I'd feel a lot better if we had some sort of follow-up that wasn't just a bunch of spines. The problem is with a bunch of spines is that there's no future in these spine crawlers, right? Like, spines only do so much in this situation, so in that regard, you can't really love it, because it's like, they can defend the main, and that's about it. I mean, I guess we don't even have a cyber core yet. So like I say, like, you've got 24 army supply, but it's going to be unupgraded Zealots. If GG Machine just builds a Rotor on here and can get to the low ground and expand to the low ground, like, right now I think his biggest issue might actually just be the fact that he's just got spines that have no way to the low ground right now. I mean, I guess you start spreading creep forward and push them to the low ground. Feelings is going to be annoying on the other side of the map. It's turned into a really kind of weird situation, no? No, I mean, killing the Hatchie is a big deal, so I guess it's I think I'm overcomplicating it. I don't think it is that weird. I think Mindel VK is just absolutely loving the position. I'm trying to vibe a little bit for GG Machine. I think the reality is it's just not there. Like, how does he get to this low ground in any sort of timely manner? Losing that Queen really sucked. Losing that bit of energy that could have maybe been a creep tumor, for example, or just some more damage output, just anything. And we need it. Like, the thing is, like, we need a creep tumor to kind of get to the low ground. Like, these 5 spines just are not great. And now you're going to have a depth, and they're going to be able to threaten the shades to go through your army and to go through your spine crawler defense. So that's going to make you split the spines up further. They don't just need to be a frontal defense anymore unless we have very good Zergling positioning to kind of try and handle this. My only qualm is it's still one base each, and Mindel VK's army sucks long term. Stargate is going to make it better though, so it's definitely an improvement. Gonna get these adepts in. They kill 3 drones. Not gonna lie, we're not really in the business of losing drones right now. We do not have much money to be losing workers is the issue, so that's gonna be a problem for sure. Yeah, I think we can just see where this is going at the end of the day, and it's just not going well, to be honest. I mean, not really much else to say about it, man. Like, it's just not going well at all, honestly. A couple of these adepts is going to go down. Just going to be seeing some of the zealots coming across. They're going to be coming through as well. Seeing the extra gateways now as warp gates. Well, we're making a void ray that keeps you very safe from like a Ling Roach counterattack. GG Machine will try and take the low ground and set up with this. Kill a couple of Stalkers. The Lings have the Ling speed. I mean, like I say, the Zealots just need... I mean, the Roaches need to be protected from these Zealots. These Lings need to keep the Zealots off the Roaches. You cannot allow these Zealots to get on top of the Roaches here. You need to protect them. But now drones are going down because your main base mineral line is in trouble, and we just can't make enough happen to keep this okay. Oracle still has energy and it's active still, so we'll just jump onto some of these units as well and just look for the trade out right now. Which just makes a lot of sense, to be honest. It just makes a whole lot of sense. More adepts warping in. The Zealot's still joining up. The Void Ray active in the sky. Going to get rid of that Overlord, so we're just going to take that out already. Oh, the stream died? Man, I didn't even drop any frames. Sorry, guys. I didn't drop any frames or anything. Twitch just decided to die. Sorry. How long was it down for? I didn't look at Twitch during this time. How long was it down for? Like a minute? I'm going to change my Twitch server. Because I feel like I've had this happen a couple times lately. My only explanation is that the Twitch server I'm using just keeps having little blips. Which obviously isn't great because, you know, I don't want the stream to die. But, yeah, I don't really know what the dealio is there, to be honest. It's kind of wild. Kind of wild. Alright, well, I'm just going to be seeing the Oracle is going to come through, is going to get a little bit more value, a few more shots coming about, so a little bit more being done already. I mean, again, at this stage, we are really just seeing a couple of Roaches getting straight onto this pylon as well, so a bit more damage being done here. Pylon taking a lot of shots, damage being done across the board. I mean, we are just at this position, though, where we're 40 supply to freaking 60, so we can get rid of, you know, a couple of pylons. That's just not going to do anything long term. I mean, if you depower 4 gates, you would think that would be pretty substantial as well, and it probably is. I just don't know if it's substantial enough because we're in that kind of poor of a position, funnily enough. We're in just that bad of a place that it might not actually matter. Stream's okay on YouTube. Yeah, this is why it's just my Twitch server. I'm just going to change which server I connect to on Twitch, and it should fix it. I think the current server just has issues every day right now, you know, at a certain point, so I'm going to fix it. But thanks for the feedback, guys. I appreciate the knowledge of knowing what's going on, because it helps me know that it's just Twitch, basically, so yeah. GG Machine is, I mean, you guys kind of called it. I was huffing the copium, and the hopium. The reality of the situation is that this game was done. Like, I was believing in a whole lot of nothing, honestly. I was trying to be Mr. Positivity, and I really shouldn't have been. Straight up and simple at this stage. Just straight up shouldn't have been. The positivity was completely misplaced. This game is looking absolutely disastrous. Absolutely disastrous. Two drones coming about. Never seen the Void Ray moving through as well. It's just going to be moving around there for a couple of seconds. Again, that Void Ray settles down, that layer going through. The few extra drones going to be a part of this as well. Get that on the way. Those few Void Rays are going to get about. Just going to try and see if they can do anything. Queen does get rid of one of them. Now the Queen going to go after the other, so Queen's actually getting some damage done. Those Void Rays taking a little bit of a beating. And smacked around. You got underneath again. Void Ray taking some more damage. Zealot's going to come stepping forward. Ling's trying to come through. Ling's, Queen all coming up. 2 Void Rays at a time. 3rd Stargate coming into play. I mean, if we can get rid of the Zealots, maybe the Queens can do something against these Voids. We need to get rid of these freaking Zealots, though. Like, we've got to keep the Queens alive so the Queen count can be good enough against these Voids. We're about to get the last. Yo, what if we make a Hydra Den and we just make Hydras against Void Rays? Like, surely that's terrible for Mindel VK. Also, what if we just get enough units to freaking kill those gateways off? Those are still the only 4 gateways he has in this game. Like, it's genuinely a horrific situation if you lose those gateways. Like, it's really bad for you. Like, really genuinely very bad. Okay, Ling's going to run by on the other side of the map, so we've got to make sure we don't let that get overboard as well or become a little bit too much, because that could be disastrous. Those Void Rays still trying to fight. Ling's going to depower the Stargates. Now probes are going to start going down as well. GG Machine is putting some work in, man. Like, you know, he's doing some things right. The 3rd Nexus. If we're in trouble, it looks like the Queen's lost out over here, but one of those Voids is super low. If we kill that low HP Void Ray, and we now make Hydras, what in this game is genuinely good against Hydras? Nothing. Nothing in this game for the Protoss player is good against Hydras. Nothing you would kind of want to have here against Hydras is available. Oh my god, is this happening? Kind of, yeah. I think GG Machine's turning it around. Scratch that. GG Machine was winning this game this whole time, and I got baited by Twitch chat into believing that Mindel VK had any opportunity. I should have believed in myself, honestly. Jeez. This is exactly what I foresaw as well. Like, you know, I couldn't have explained it better than how this game has actually gone. Which, it was so obvious to me he was just going to naturally end up playing against a Protoss army that never got good. And then the Protoss would proceed to then lose a bunch of workers while losing all of his Void Rays fighting Queens. And then getting depowered on all of his gateways. So now he's got a Zealot, Adept, Sentry army. GG Machine does need units still. Like, GG Machine genuinely does need a few units here. If he can get a few units out, like, man, we're chilling, man. No? Obviously, the thing about this push from Mindel VK is there's no reinforcements to this. Like, there's a Void Ray in production. Well, there's going to be Voids in production. The Spines will die so fast. More Hydras, more Lings. Oh, maybe Mindel VK just has enough here anyway. The question mark is still the fact that this army just sucks. Force fields are good, though. I mean, the force fields are great. Can we just get... I mean, honestly, at this point, can we somehow get away with just giving up the hatchery? Probably not. That's probably asking a bit much. But hey, the force fields... I mean, the force fields have died off, and, like, we didn't kill a lot during this. It's about having enough Hydra Queen left over afterwards to fight those Voids. Like, we need to be able to fight those Void Rays. That's, like, just... That's just, you know, something we can't really discuss otherwise. I'm just going to right-click the hatchery. You know what? I don't hate it, but I do. Because we kill the hatchery, yes, but, like, now we just rebuild the 3rd hatch, and then what? You're just going to keep massing Void Rays? Okay, you've slowed GG Machine down, but I think GG Machine can just rebuild the 3rd hatch and still go ahead from here. Because your army just sucks that much. Like, your army does not have longevity to it at all as Mindel VK. Like, your army is terrible. Real talk, your army sucks. I mean, and at this point as well, it's just Void Rays, so Lings running around are going to keep things busy. It's going to keep the Void Rays moving around a bunch. You can see the Hydras are going to get over here, and they're going to start trying to fight these Voids. I think GG Machine's going maybe a little bit too soon, just going to have to step back. I mean, honestly, he steps away, he types GG. Honestly, like, he leaves this game. If he just rebuild his 3rd and build Hydras, I genuinely think he might be okay. Like, I actually think he might be alright if he just leaves if he just built Hydras and just walked home. Like, I do not blame him for leaving, because this was obviously a freaking weird-ass game, and there was 100% moments in this game where, like, he was dead, like, multiple times over. You cannot blame him for leaving, but, like, I actually think he could have probably played on and just, and had a shot at it at least. I actually think that opportunity was there, to be honest. That's crazy that it was there. Like, if he just goes home, rebuilds the third hatch, I think there's a chance. I think there's genuinely a chance. Crazy. That's wild. Alright, well, we're just waiting for our host into this next game, guys. It's going to be Tourmaline, our next map here, so we'll get that started off and ready to go for you guys in just a couple of moments. So, kicking this off momentarily. Go-Go's are getting called. We'll be kicking this into action in just a couple of moments. Brilliant. Brilliant, beautiful, and perfect. I love it. Let's do this. Like, to be fair, I get it. Like, he feels like he's all in, so he attacks. He's like, your 3 bases, the void's there. Like, I think if you look at the replay, though, and you, like, this is the power of information. Like, he didn't know the only gates in the game were the ones he had depowered. So there was no ground support. It was only void rays, no upgrades on the void rays. And you can just mass Hydra, like, mass void rays. I mean, maybe the void rays come across the map and you can't handle them, right? But then let them come across the map so that you can't handle them. Like, I get it. Is this one of those moments where you're like, right, on to the next one where maybe you should just see. You know? Yeah. Crazy. Kind of a super wild game. Sorry that the Twitch crashed out at some point, guys. Apologies for that. Like I said, I'm going to change my Twitch server after this. Shouldn't be a big issue. Try and get that fixed up for the next day or two. As in the top right, Mindle VK is our red Protoss player. In the bottom left, GG Machine is our green Zerg. Let me get this up and running. Game 4 of this best of 5. Alrighty, guys. So, Hatchgasm Pool coming through. Take a couple of moments. We get set to rumble for a few moments. Get this all underway right now. No proxy hatches, which is worth mentioning because we've seen a pretty good amount of them in this in this day from GG Machine. And proxy hatches, to be fair, are kind of all the rage right now. Zerg players are pulling them out the wazoo, trying to proxy hatch you here, there, and heckin' everywhere. So, yeah, proxy hatches are definitely one of the popular things. It's kind of the cool way to play StarCraft at the moment, you know. So, been seeing a good amount of them. See our Nexus and our Cybercore going online here for a couple of seconds. Again, Link Speed and the Queens coming about as well. Let's just take a moment or so to get that all set up. A couple things will jump onto this probe. Stargate and the Nexus, very much so, coming online and into play. And figuring out just what we want to do here next. Wonder how many games are being lost by premature GGing? It's a good question, isn't it? I feel like we see at least a couple every month on the stream. Well, to be fair, like, it's very interesting because, like, some of the time it's not necessarily that the game is won and you GG out. It's just, like, the game probably still has more potential. And, like, another minute or two would give us a much better idea of where it's at, right? And sometimes it feels much more recoverable, and especially from our point of view, because we have the beauty of being able to see the game from the overall perspective. We can be like, well, maybe this and this will give us a chance to kind of keep the game going. And obviously the players don't always get to see those same situations, right? Couple of depths all shaded by Oracle and the Warp Gate coming up for a couple moments. And the Gateway, the probes, Adept and the Warp Gate all coming through. Getting settled down for a couple of moments here. Getting this underway. Nexus drops into play as well. Just going to get that straight in. A couple of the Adepts going to try and get after the Zerglings. Well, Lings is going some pressure on. Evo Chamber going to finish up in a few moments. That gateway is about to be done as well with the... Oh, the warp gate is about to be done as well, so we can warp that in. And it's going to be a melee upgrade here on the side of our Zergy. Now, going to Twilight Council and Forge, we'll see if we go Charge or Glaives or anything, but I think this might just be Blink. In which case, if you get away with the... we'll always say it, right? If you get away with the +1 melee upgrade, and it's up against Blink Stalkers, you're going to have your best case scenario here as GG Machine. That's basically pretty much what you're hoping for. Anything that isn't Blink is a little bit like, I don't love that. But you like these builds because it keeps the Protoss player from just playing Blink every game, usually. So either they play Blink and they end up in some bad situations, or they don't, or they kind of mix it up and then you don't have to play against Blink every time, which is clearly the most powerful play from a Protoss usually. Just not always against the melee upgrade. And it is going to be melee against the Blink, so again, you got to like this a little bit if you are a GG Machine fan. This definitely pushes you in the right kind of direction there. Lang is getting in after those Adepts for a couple seconds, just trying to find a little extra here. Those drones coming through as well. Again, Bane Nest, melee upgrade, all coming by. The +1 in the Blink coming online as well. Gateway and the few probes will continue to produce. Bringing a lot of this up and into play as that +1 our Blinks continue. Straight on in. Lings are going to try and run in at the front, so they're going to hit an Adept and a couple of Stalkers, so no luck there. No fortune on that one, as again our +1 and Blink will be on the way by. Then the speed starts up, Oracles will look for a couple of drones. They run, I love that, they run through the spawn, the Oracles are still there, and the drones are like, well, where the hell do we go now? Well, nowhere else, you just let the spawn do their thing, but yeah, the Oracles dove straight through, didn't lose one, ends up with one on low HP, but yep, still alive for the moment at least, so not punished for that chase. Didn't really get more workers for it, so kind of gave up HP for nothing in the end. But yeah, could have just turned around and probably would have had the same amount of value already, so a little bit of a wasted chance, not really a big deal. Just lingering on it because not too much else is happening just yet. Stalkers. Moving down that right side, put a bit of pressure on, see what's going on. Move back over to this direction. Just going to be having the +1 missiles, the Baneling speed, and that Muscle Augments coming through as well. A couple additional gateways need to build straight into play here. So again, we get that straight up and running. We just have the Lings running through, and that's going to be a lot of probes going down. They need to pull away. They're going to run deeper on the mineral line. They're trying to stack. I think that was just the worst choice. Because A, you have to stand there spam clicking, and B, I actually think he lost a couple more workers that he was not originally going to lose, to be honest. I actually think he was not really going to lose any more workers there than what he... that if he just pulls them away. But they pulled away, then they pulled back over. I mean, maybe you do... I'm thinking my argument of, like, this was okay was maybe the fact that, like, you keep the Lings around a bit longer because they dive on the probes and the Stalkers get a few more kills, but... yeah, not loving it. I mean, you can see the Hydra's already on the way up in pretty good numbers as well, so this part is just going to get more and more difficult here. +2 attack and charge both building up. Stalkers on the way. Hydra's +1 missiles. Groove Spine's coming up. Stalkers will get in after a few of those Zerglings, and we do have the Oracles just chilling overhead to keep an eye on things right now. Where we're going to go next as the Stalkers fire. Oracles fly through. We just see the Zerglings going to take a chance to run over here again. I mean, again, just +1 melee, able to get a lot going on. Going to be seeing the Lings just going to get into that third base mineral line, so a couple of workers begin to get going initially. You're going to see our Stalkers coming through, a couple of Lings coming about. Stalkers going to recall back toward the upper right-hand side into the natural, so, I mean, obviously your third base desaturated currently. A lot of things that aren't exactly looking great for you is, hey, they call me T-Tot88. Thank you so much for the 8-month resub on the Prime. Appreciate you. As GG Machine comes across with force, there's nothing here that kills these Hydras. Like, there's just not a Stalker count that's good enough to do this. This one's over, guys. GG has to be called. That is going to do it. That is going to be our series, and that's going to be our tournament. as GG Machine qualifies for the Ladder Legends Championship bracket in the OSC Championship 13, alongside Mana and Art from the winner brackets, who obviously we saw already. GG is well played, and that, my friends, is that. That is our day of StarCraft 2. I appreciate you guys. That was a crazy day. I can't believe Twitch showed up and dropped 111 subs and instigated a level 6 hype train, which then you guys created into a level 7 hype train, and suddenly we're at 16, 19 subs. that is ridiculous. That just really happened out of nowhere. That genuinely just happened out of nowhere. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. That's actually very crazy. Alright guys, so the dealio, the situation is tomorrow, WardiTV Mondays, because it's Monday. The day after, we're going to be doing the OSC mid-season playoffs. We've got sponsorships to do on both of those days, so we're going to be doing sponsors after, so if you can come and check out, it's appreciated because it does help us out a bunch. But just in general, I appreciate you all for dropping by. Those will be our last 2 streams of the year, by the way, so if you are looking for just more StarCraft 2 before the year wraps up, then come check us out on those. But yeah, I'll be here the next 2 days. So I will see you guys in 14 hours for some WardiTV Monday action. I will see you guys for that. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. You guys take care of yourselves. I appreciate you all. And I will see you guys tomorrow for some WardiTV Monday action. Thank you so much to OSC and everyone for making the OSC Championship possible. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. So I have ads on the outro. I'll host someone up. And like I say, I'll see you guys tomorrow.